5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, good day, goodbye, hello. Wherever you are in the world, one of those will apply to you. I've got to get used to saying good afternoon first because, of course, well, we're not going to have that many Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs, let's be honest with you. Most of them will be at odd times to placate the Lord and Masters that are called Sky TV and obviously TNT. I don't know I think Amazon has stopped doing it now. How are you feeling? Manson and Fatawu start. We've got the team to bring you first in a second. Last chance to watch the team. Probably the last chance to watch the team without a sponsor on the front. And I prefer the shirt without one, but hey ho. I'm sure people will be talking about that. Last chance to see some of these players. Hopefully, before the kick-off, which will be next Sunday. I say hopefully because who knows with Sheffield Wednesday what the bloody hell's going on there. But let me say just a heartfelt happy birthday to my co-host.
Have a happy birthday from us to you.
Happy birthday, mate.
Thank you very much. It was last week, so we can forget about it now, Chris.
No, we can't. Hang on a second. What have I done here?
That's right. I thought you'd forgotten about it straight away. I thought you were like, you're right, let's get him off the screen, guys. That's enough of that. His beard's got bigger.
Your hair's growing back.
It is, mate. It's still growing. I mean, age is not doing me bad in that regard, is it?
It isn't. And I tell you what, though, you're looking well for 50.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. 50's the new 38, isn't it, mate? That's sort of, well, if Jamie Vardy kept playing for us any longer, maybe that was going to be the case.
Hi, Scott. How are you doing? Gray is in. Hello, Gray. How are you? Elsie, hopefully Marty gets it right. Fingers crossed. I'm back from a fantastic 2 weeks holiday. Where did you go? I'm Skeggy? Margate, or a bit further afield.
Do those sounds and fantastic go well together, Chris? Not saying anything?
No, I'm not getting involved there. In case that's where we went. But happy belated birthday, Tom, says Watson. Right, weekend going starting, so I'm Marty. Vestergaard starting, sorry. So I'm Marty out. Well, let's talk about that, shall we? Well, first of all, the team's going across the bottom. No surprise there. First of all, Tom, 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, so we're sticking to what we kind of know, aren't we, Chris? So, I mean, maybe that's probably the best thing for us in some ways. We did too much for a dramatic, change, and perhaps it'll be all too much for this group of players, wouldn't it? But, yeah, interesting today to see who does feature as well. And I'll still say, looking at the team, the spine's a bit concerning, isn't it?
It is. Chowdhury's the captain. Gray said he's been on a 18-65 in Benidorm.
Beautiful. Sounds good to me.
Well, why not if you can do it? Why not? So, yeah, we've got Hermansen in goal. And I have to say, fair play. I understand that. He's not had a look at him yet, has he really?
No, he's not. I mean, I think it's probably going to be his farewell, actually, Chris, because by all accounts, I think that rumour's picking up more fuel today, isn't it? That he's probably on the way out of this week. But yeah, so it is interesting to see him go out there and get minutes. Obviously, worst case scenario, he gets an injury now, and that's transfer situation ended for him, isn't it? So it's a bit of a funny one to see him play for me. I would have thought it would have been Stolarczyk one half and Begovic the other, but obviously they'll probably change them all up, won't they, mate?
It is. I mean, I hope they don't. And I had a great feeling that I wanted this team to bear as much resemblance as possible to the one for a week's time as possible. I'm not sure that I'm actually 100% happy with this. But look, let's go across the back, because you can see there, we'll just let the subs go past. I mean, I must admit, Wayne is still down the pub with his brother and Jim. He's probably crying to his beer now because Monga's not starting. But across the back, we've got Chowdhury at right back, Okoli, Vestergaard, and Thomas. So let's have a look at those four first of all. Chowdhury can do a job there.
Yep.
We know that, so it's not a surprise. Interestingly, he says, but not surprisingly, no Ricardo even on the bench. So I'm guessing he's injured.
Yeah, I think him and Christensen are both injured. Otherwise, they'd obviously be in consideration still at this point, wouldn't they, mate? Because they're not on the bench as well, and there's no transfer rumours to hand. But I agree with you. I think Hamza has somehow ended up being quite a decent option at right back all of a sudden, hasn't he? And he's got some good pedigree there playing before. But I do look at Vestergaard in the middle, like some people are saying in the chat, and it does not fill me with confidence, mate, in the slightest.
Well, everybody says that Vestergaard is my love child. He's not. I just didn't like I thought he was being picked on last time because he'd never been played. It wasn't him that said I want to go to Leicester. It was Rodgers who went and got him and then decided not to play him. I know, and we all know, as a Premier League player, Vestergaard can't do it. We've got 2 years left on his contract. We do know that the last time he was in the Championship, that we'd got... he was very, very good.
Yeah.
Again, have we seen much of him in the pre-season? Is he just taking a look at him?
I don't know. It's a very difficult one to answer for me, this, because I don't see a lot of upside in playing him, Chris, really. I think if Okoli is sticking around, which I would suggest is probably happening because he's featuring again today, I don't see why we're not putting Nelson alongside him. I think everything that Vestergaard can offer at his best, which involves hiding a lot of his worst to make it happen, I think Nelson's got the all-round package. So I'm a bit surprised to see this, and I'm a bit concerned. And I know it's the easy thing to say about Vestergaard, but it is 2 years ago since that championship winning performance, isn't it? And it's 2 years extra where he's lacking that little bit more pace again. And I think we're all a bit concerned about that because in the middle we've had these problems, right? And a good point from LCDP in the chat there about James Justin as well, because obviously there's a rumour he might be heading out as well, isn't there? So maybe that's why he's not featuring today, because I don't think he's injured, is he, Chris?
Not that I know. Nelson has been injured.
He has, true.
So maybe they don't want to start him. Maybe they want to just bring him in. But the worst thing would be if he's only just coming back, which he was, because I don't think he was in the last friendly. Well, he wasn't, because it was Cody and FaZe, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's bench.
But I just think maybe they don't want to risk getting him injured and may bring him on for the last 10, or 20, depending on how the game's going. So I kind of get that. Look, as far as Cody's gone. Let's rejoice in that. Yep. I know. Ryan Reynolds, we love you. So we've got FaZe and we've got Vestergaard. Now, yes, we've got Nelson, and being on everybody's, the way they go, we'd all want Nelson to start. He started most games until he got injured at Oxford, which was a shame, but that's how it goes. But I think that's why they're holding him back. Would I sooner see Vestergaard in that back four or would I sooner see Faze in that back four? I think you know the answer to that one, Tom.
I think this is where me and you are going to disagree, Chris, aren't we? Because I get it. You just like Faze more than Vestergaard. I understand that completely. I think Faze is a better rounded player than Vestergaard, but I don't really like him when I'm saying that. But I think he is, especially at the championship level, when you talk about who's going to do it in the championship, Faze will do it in the championship alongside someone like Okoli.
Do you think Faze will actually get a tackle in this
I think
game?
So.
Playing. I mean, he went 180 minutes last season, didn't even bother fucking tackling, and he's a defender.
This is true. I mean, I don't like either of them that much, and I prefer someone else. But it's very much like we said. Ironically, Connor Cody going out of the club, I'm actually celebrating it because someone's gone. It didn't really matter who it was, but there's a lot of these players like Vestergaard, Cody, Winks. We even might suggest Skip, even, and we get to that in a minute. Who we'd like to see sold because there are massive wages and they're really blocking up the club's finances. So just to see one of them gone, but I'm still not convinced about Vestergaard or Faze. But I'd go with Faze, mate, just because of mobility.
I would agree with you both. I would go with Vestergaard because as a defender, he tackles.
Yes, which he did. He did come off the bench and crunch someone straight away last game or whenever it was, didn't he, when he started? Yeah, and I appreciate that in him.
I'm sorry, for me, like I've said many, many times, Faze is just taking up somebody else's oxygen on this planet.
And there's the other option there as well. Start a Luco over Faze. And he's proven that he probably deserves an opportunity as well, to be honest. So I get that argument. It's that youngster thing again, isn't it, Chris?
13 suspensions, 13 substitutes on the bench. So I'm kind of... Look, if we were to play all the defenders... if we were to play all the youngsters and we were 5-0 down at half-time, don't forget, we are playing a team that I think finished 5th in the Italian League, 5th or 6th in the Italian League. Yeah. 5th, was it? Yeah.
6th it was.
6th. Yeah. Okay, they finished 6th in the Italian League. They qualified for Europe. The chances are we're not going to win this today. So if we put all the youngsters out and we were 5-0 at half-time, and no disrespect to everybody in the chat, respect their opinions, but they'll all be sat there going, oh, why did he play all the youngsters?
That's a very good point.
Players, why didn't he play them?
It's a very good point, Chris. An interesting thing is, I think Marty's tenure at Leicester City, especially the first part of it, is going to be very important on who he picks. Because I think today, this is one of those teams, again, where I think at least half the chat are going, half it's okay, the other half, not sure on that. And once again, it's the players like Aluko, it's the players like Page, who have come in and really shown a real positive desire to be in the team. But once again, can that experience or lack of it be, avoided? And can it still contribute something? That's the difficult question, isn't it?
All these youngsters are putting good performances against, let's be honest, the equivalent of League One teams. When we came up against a championship decent team, which was Cologne, we got beaten and we were played off the pitch.
It's true, but who were the people responsible for that game, Chris? We were talking in the post-match. We were pointing fingers at a lot of people. We weren't pointing them at Aluko, were we? Who was the guy who made our goal by taking accountability and running forward the ball into spaces Winks and Skip weren't willing to do.
But what I'm saying is we didn't see as many players in the Cologne game that were youngsters starting as we did in the other games. But yes, I agree with you totally. And this is why it's going to be so interesting.
Isn't this a big dilemma for Marty? It's a big dilemma because lots of players on big wages you can't seem to get rid of, Chris. Who do you put your money on? Experience or just that quality of youth?
This is where he's going to earn his money. He's being paid to manage the team. He's going to have to manage it. Yes, look, we all want the likes of Skip and Dakova Reed and all of those out the club. But we can't until somebody comes in and makes an offer for them.
Exactly.
The rumour was earlier that we've turned down 7 million for Ndidi from Besiktas in Turkey because we want 9. And you're like, here we go again, Leicester. Haven't you learned something from Cody? You took 2 for him and you got him off the books. Now, we all know that Ndidi is probably the one we'd want to keep. But again, is he still any good at this level? He's getting on a bit now. So I don't know. He's going to earn his money, like I say. And Thomas at left back, like we said, no Justin. So that's interesting. Is he on his way to Leeds? Perhaps. Who knows? who knows? And then, so at the back four, I'm not complete. I'm going to have Chowdhury in midfield, if I'm honest with you, and Koulibaly at the back. What is it about Koulibaly? What has he done? You know, all right, I would accept Ruud van Nistelrooy not picking him because Ruud van Nistelrooy is a dick. So I get that.
Yeah.
But he's a right back. Why isn't he being picked?
Yeah, it's a good question, Chris. I think the reason why is because of the system that Marty's going to play. Because I think Hamza will be coming into midfield from the right back position, and I think that suits his style of play better than it does Koulibaly. Koulibaly could be the unfortunate signing, of the last year, because it might end up with the manager change. We're not going to play a wing back going up the flank, which is what he is. Yeah. So he's going to miss a position on the pitch, and maybe we'll have to invert him on the left. I mean, he's still in and around, and with question marks over Christensen and people as well, and JJ, like it's been said in the chat. And ultimately, if we get an offer of £10 million for JJ, we're going to have to sell because we need to move some people on. Otherwise, how are we going to get around this PSR nightmare we never seem to get off the wheel of every year? It just continues round and round, and we're not getting it off the books, are we? So, so I can see why that's probably happening. And we'll see today, Chris, if that's the case, if Chowdhury comes inside into the middle three. Yeah.
We have said on many occasions, you don't need two fucking defensive midfielders.
No.
And yet, here we go. Although the argument could be, obviously, like Skip is a defensive midfielder. Soumaré isn't supposed to be a defensive midfielder, but he just doesn't fucking move.
Exactly.
I am surprised to see both of those two in there. I would have been getting Alves on. Honestly, I'd sooner see Faze in front of the back four.
I know what you mean. It's like you say, it's a lack of manoeuvrability, isn't it? And the reason why we're all worried about that is the games we've actually won in pre-season, it's been that change in centre mid for a young player like Page that's normally won us the game, Chris. Because that's obviously where the problem is. And like you say, I mean, I didn't want to see Skip and Winks. That would be even worse than this. But once again, Chris, it comes down to, will Soumaré get moving if he's the box-to-box midfielder today? Or are they both going to stand there as defensive midfielders offering nothing and creating a distance between us and our attacking unit, which means we've got no chance of scoring a goal again? It'll be completely redundant. So I think this is the last chance to lean again. I'll put this back to Vestergaard quickly as well. If he shows he hasn't got the pace to keep up today, Chris, I don't think he plays next week. And I think the same goes for either Skip and or Soumaré today.
Soumaré's 26. Just looking on Transfer Market, which is a pretty reliable site. And they've got his main position as defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
With his other position, central midfielder. But he should be this back-to-back player, shouldn't he? Back-to-back, box-to-box player.
Well, even Skip can play it. He can play it. He does know how to play it. It's just we haven't played him doing that role. But he can do it.
It will be interesting to see what roles these players take up.
Both of them will probably today be taking the role of being very lazy. We'll be getting very frustrated at halftime, Chris. We've learned nothing from pre-season, guys. And then we'll be like, this is why I'm calling out for Ndidi, actually. If we do have to keep someone, and Ndidi will be the best of a bad bunch because he's a bit chaotic. He's lost that bit of, finesse to his game, Chris. But he will bring the ball forward. He did under Enzo. I mean, that's the thing we're really desperate for.
And look, we all wanted to see this, so I'm not going to. I would say this is the best part of the. I mean, I understand Hermansson. The defence, yes and no on that one. Defensive midfielders, absolutely not. And then you've got the midfield, and you've got Fatawu, El Khanous, and Mavididi. Now, my lips are salivating at those three playing together.
Yeah, I think that's the three we'd want to see, isn't it? I mean, that's the other thing as well. Losing El Khanous now would be a bit of a disaster at this late stage, really, because he's someone we'd have to replace. And I don't see us doing anything actively in the transfer market at all, Chris, really. So I don't understand how we'd survive if we lost El Khanous now. But those three, for me, were Monga coming off the bench. I think every team in the Championship will be worried about that because there's a lot of threat there.
And look, I've said I wasn't a fan when we signed him of AU. But not on the wing. I think he offers us something. This is exactly, I mean, you back me up here. This is what I said. Have AU as your lone striker. As long as we can get the ball to him, which was always a problem under Ruud van Nistelrooy, but as long as we can get the ball to him, hold that ball up for Mavididi, Fatawu and El Canoes
Yes.
running up and just laying it off to them, or getting the ball, going down, getting a free kick in a dangerous area. To me, I am happy with Adrian AU starting. The jury's out on Daka.
Yeah.
Apparently, Cifuentes wants to keep him, but I'm happy with that front four.
Yeah, I think it's AU's fine. I think the thing with AU is he's a different type of forward to Daka, right? And I think the good thing about it is, even though Daka's not been at his best for a long time, is they both play the game slightly different. So if we're going to have to play the game differently, we've got two options. AU is more of a Harry Kane club forward. And that sounds a bit of a weird comparison, but he'll come deeper, like you say, to get the ball, lay it off to someone, hopefully overlapping into the box to get a shot away, aka Fatawu, aka Mavididi. But with Daka, obviously, he's going to be there for counter-attacks when we break through a final line. So I think AU actually has proven himself, Chris, in pre-season to be invaluable to the team, actually, because I think his corners have been the best in the football club. He's really made us dangerous from corners. And I think his hold-up play is doing really well. Well, it's going to actually work because people are starting to get on his back a bit already, saying he's not contributing enough going forward. It's not actually about AU doing that. It's about everyone else committing forward, like Fatawu, and getting into that attacking position. So that's where it lives or dies, Chris, how we execute the system. But I'm happy with AU. I am.
And look, I mean, it's a good point there, Scott. And I've said this, this is why I actually want Ricardo out, because I think, the first time he gets a knock, he'll be out for 3 or 4 months, and we can't afford that. I'm surprised Talarchic's not starting.
Yes, me too.
I get Bekovic on the bench. He's our third keeper, so. You usually have 2 strikers on the subs bench, so fair play. Because if Hermansen, if he gets injured and Stolarczyk comes on, and then he gets injured, which is possible. So let's face it, Hermansen, we don't know how fit he is. Koulibaly, let's start Koulibaly. I want to see what he can do. Aluko, Nelson, yes, they will probably get on. Please, somebody kidnap him off the subs bench. Put the bag on his head and drive him somewhere, please. Ndidi, I don't know, have him starting and skip, if I'm honest with you. Winks, let's move on. Look, Page and Alves, they're going to get game time this season, I think. And
I think you're right.
Do you start with them? Maybe it's Cifuentes' last chance going to these guys. Look, 45 minutes, show me you can do it. Munga is the interesting one, and I don't want to upset Wayne here, but I feel like I am going to. Do you think he is an impact player?
I think he is. Yeah, I think he can be an impact either starting or coming off the bench, Chris. But I think, to manage his minutes a little bit, I quite like the idea of him coming on after someone else, has already put a lot of work in, like a Mavididi, because Mavididi will tire out fullbacks, won't he? So I think it's a good ace in the hole to have. But like you say, I think we can move these pieces around many ways. That's the good thing about it. I mean, the bench is looking healthier because of the young talent this year than what it was last year, I feel. And like you say, they force themselves into a position where they're in contention. And it's interesting to me the youngsters that aren't on the bench today, like Silko Thomas and like Marçal, which makes me think perhaps we're seeing what's going to happen with them next. They'll either be loaned out or go back to the reserve team. But I think it's interesting because I definitely would have kept Alves, Page, and Monga and Aluko all involved after pre-season. So I find that interesting.
Not many new shirts in the terraces, let me just say that.
Is there going to be a sponsor put on it afterwards? I mean, would you buy the shirt now for 70 quid and then go back and get it reprinted? It seems a little bit backwards.
Do you want a sponsor on the front of the shirt?
No, not really. I'm not a big fan of this shirt anyway, Chris. I think from a distance, it looks like we're Chelsea.
Yeah, well, we said that the other week, didn't we? I mean, I bought the 2nd or 3rd strip last season, the black one with the fireworks on it. And when I ordered it, it came without a sponsor on. And whilst it looked odd, I actually started to love it because there wasn't a sponsor on there. Look, I guess the difficulty is we have got so many players. I mean, I looked at a channel the other day that was just another channel. I'm not sure what team it was, but it was a championship channel. and they were doing their ups and downs. And the headline that it had frozen on was Leicester have got the best squad in the Championship.
Yes.
And I suppose if you look at that, and Marty's come out and said, we've got more players than we can fit in the squad.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know why, because apparently goalkeepers don't count, and obviously under-21s don't count either. And a lot of those youngsters are under-21, so I don't know how that works. But, again, do we... I mean, you can't... Do you just throw all the youngsters in, or do you gradually... Because we used to say this about England. They never used to blood the youngsters. When Germany did, when you look at how Germany did it, they did one or two at a time.
That's right, yeah. I mean, I think we'll be doing one or two at a time, and I think there'll be players out on the pitch, Chris, who force a manager's hand, because we've seen it in pre-season, haven't we? And that's why it was the same questions we were going to be asking at the start of this episode. Then we have done every other watch-along where we've seen certain players playing. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be forced upon him, because ultimately results will dictate it, won't it? And I just don't think with this central midfield two in particular, it is going to be positively conducive of us getting the best results we can in the Championship. It'll be too defensive, Chris. We're going to have to unlock teams. And that means committing forward and being brave, like the Enzo star we did.
I mean, if Marty can get that out of Soumare, on the few times we've seen him do that, he's looked good.
Yeah.
But he just didn't do it enough. Now, I'm thinking with Soumare that, we know, he didn't do that enough. He should have done it a lot more.
Yeah.
Why didn't he do that often? Was that because Ruud van Nistelrooy was saying, don't do that?
Yeah,
because if he wasn't doing it when he should have been doing it, why would he keep picking him?
Well, also, did we lose our bottle a bit as well? Because after a while of getting a load of bad results and really struggling to make anything positive happen, I think you kind of recess away from the game a little bit, don't you? And I think then it becomes easy to become a passenger in the central midfield when you need to be braver and leading it. So, yeah, I'd agree with that. For me, Chris, Soumare could be the biggest shock of the season if he becomes a box-to-box midfielder and actually plays it fully committedly. If he did that, I think he would terrify this league, because I've compared him to a freight train. He would just smash through everyone, and before you know it, they wouldn't know what to do, and it'll create so much space for Mavididi, Fatawu, El Khanous that we'd probably be unplayable. But it depends on the commitment, and we want to see that commitment in this game today, especially against a good Fiorentina team. Yeah,
and of course he also he is that midfield general, if you like. He's that you're not going to pass sort of player. A good question has just come up here. If Hermansen stays, it depends on his thing. On his fitness, whether he's sold possibly. Who should we start?
See, I think I'm going to disagree with Scott here. I'm going to go with Stolarczyk, because I think over all the summer of messing around and all the rest of it, Stolarczyk has been there and got better. So I think until he proves otherwise, he's our number one. Chris, what do you think?
Well, you're asking me to vote, because you got one vote for Manson, one vote for Stolarczyk. Yeah. Scott, I'm so sorry, but I said from the start, Stolarczyk starts for me.
Hermansen's probably the better goalkeeper, but it's that thing about this summer as well, Chris, isn't it? And who's committed and maybe as well. Sorry, I didn't interrupt, but carry on.
No, Gray's agreed with us, so it's not just us two. But yeah, I am never one of these that because a player is suddenly fit, that he gets back into the team if the person that's replaced him is doing well. And Keith comes to Stolarczyk as well. Sorry, Scott, looks like you're on your own here, but respect your decision.
It's a very close argument.
But, it's good that you've got two goalkeepers like that to choose from, but it used to annoy me, Vardy's fit, so we'll bring Vardy back in. All right, Daka was shit. There was no, why shouldn't he come back in?
But you're right, because that derailed Kelechi Iheanacho's career at Leicester, because he was on the form of his life when we did that, and it completely derailed Kelechi. Sorry, but carry on, mate.
No, agreed, totally agreed. So I always say, if you dropped because of injury, you do not automatically walk back in that team. You either have to A, wait for another injury or somebody to go off form, or B, you prove to me that you're good enough to get back in.
Yeah, agreed. On training, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Gray says there, if it happens, Josh Brownhill would be good. We did a show on Friday night. I think, were you on it? I can't remember.
No, I couldn't do it. But you did it late. Yeah.
Did a show. It was a very late last minute one because obviously Cody had gone. But
wait for the dance when Bobby Decordova-Reid goes.
Yeah, well, God, I'll run through the streets of Bournemouth naked. No, yeah, you wanted to stop now. But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say now. You said Bobby Decordova-Reid, and it's put me off. Oh yeah, Josh Brownhill came up. It was myself, Wayne, Reese, and Manny. It was only me that I think that was actually quite pleased that he might come. I mean, he's 29. He's 30 in December. Yeah. My worry is that, look, I don't think we're going to get him because there's Premier League teams that are after him. Yeah. But he is on a free, so we can, do a little bit with the wages because of that. Is he better than what we've got? Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
When you look at Skip, look at, Winks. Yeah, he's a 10 times better. And in fact, I spoke to Dan from Turf Moorhouse TV, big friend of the channel. I was a Burnley fan, obviously, Turf Moorhouse. And he said he'd be brilliant in the Championship.
Yeah, was he one of the top goal scorers 2 years ago as well?
Last season, he missed out on the Golden Boot to Pirlo.
Just by one goal from a midfield position.
Yeah, and he had 18 goals as an attacking midfielder, and he had 5 assists. Now, I mean, that's the thing, as Scott says there. That's a very good point, Scott. At 30 in December, he will want a 3-year contract.
Yeah. But that's a difficult thing. I mean, what's his fitness actually like? This is what your sports science team work out, Chris. Has he got the body of a 50-year-old aged 30, or is he actually a 26-year-old because he's looked after himself well? That's what makes the decision on it, isn't it? But, I mean, the fact he's got so many goals at a proven championship level, is exactly what we're looking for, really, if we were lucky enough to be able to move someone on. Because I think the problem is, Chris, we can want him, but I think unless we do get rid of a Skip or a Winks or an Ndidi, I don't think we're going to have the finances to do it, even if it is a free transfer.
And we have got youngsters in there as well anyway. It's not a position that we're actually looking actively at getting somebody in. But I do. Unfortunately, I need to go to the, water the plant. So talk to me about Harry Souttar while I'm gone.
Interesting. No worries. I haven't seen him feature at all, guys, have we, Harry Souttar? But he's obviously still in and around the club, isn't he? So... yeah, we'll see if he comes back into feature. I did joke to Chris the other day. The interesting thing about when you look at Hamza coming back in at right back, because there was a bit of a discussion about, do Sheffield United have a better squad now than Leicester City? And I argued, no, they don't. Because technically Hamza's probably our third choice right back, and he was their first choice right back last year. I know we look down on our own team a little bit, but just reading into that, what we read into, I'd still say on paper we got a better squad. Souttar, of course, was a first choice centre back for them. Where would he fit into this group of players? I mean, he's like a Vestergaard, I guess, maybe slightly smaller. I think his pace levels are quite slow as well. And yeah, I'd agree with you there, Gray. That's kind of what I was getting towards. The interesting thing about it for me is I think he could walk into another championship team, maybe a Stoke or a Coventry or whoever, maybe have a good shot of being a starting number one centre-back. I think for us, he would even be behind a Coley, and he would be behind Faze still. I think Faze is actually probably slightly better rounded, despite maybe any bias we got about him, right? So I think, Souttar for us is an interesting one that we should have perhaps tried to move on as well. Maybe one of those players that is, we're keeping around for little reason. But of course, there is the fact he had an injury. But yeah, so that's something else we've got to consider. And once again, the other players we're missing, like we've been mentioning, like JJ not being on the bench, does that mean that's looking likely? Because that's probably not an injury. But then you would consider, bear in mind, we've got Hamza at right back today, and we have got the left back options, including Christensen if he becomes fit again. Then we need to sell some players. Perhaps we need to sell him. And Chris is back. We were just talking about maybe Souttar is not a first choice for us, Chris. He's quite down the pecking order, despite the fact he was a first choice centre back at another championship club last year.
He's injured. That's the problem.
That is a big one, yeah.
Yeah, so he's out till December, so he doesn't even have to be included in this first squad.
I didn't know he's out to December. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. He's out till December. We have to pick a squad that takes us to the January transfer window. When it gets to the January transfer window, we can bring in, take out players, from the greater squad, if you like. So if he's fit by then, he could come back in. I don't know what Harry Souttar has done wrong for Leicester since he's come. Why hasn't he, been picked? Why has he been sent out on loan? If you're talking now, let's say this about Faze. Vestergaard, Souttar. Give me Souttar every day of the week and 3 times on a Sunday.
Oh, see, I'd take Faze over Souttar. I would,
No!
but I'd take Souttar over Vestergaard. Yeah, I would agree with that.
What is it with this love you've got for Wout Faze? Is it the hair thing? You feel akin to him because of the hair?
Deep down in my heart, Chris, I had a theory that we're going to get in such a mess in centre mid. He'll end up being our best defensive midfielder this season in a minute. So let's keep him around. But no, I think he's not very likeable. I wouldn't say I like him, but I think for what he offers at this level, he'll still be one of the top defenders, Chris. We might not like him, but he will be. Of course he will.
Who, this Souttar?
No, Faze.
I don't know. We don't like him at all. No.
I know. Hey, look, we all agreed we wanted Coley and Nelson as our back two. I'm pretty sure that was unanimous throughout the Leicester City fan community. But I would say Faze is the one that comes in if Nelson's not fit for me. I think it's logical sense to do it.
We're expecting that today's 11 will be very close to the one Cifuentes plans to field against Sheffield Wednesday, should that game go ahead. So far, Cifuentes has used 30 different players across his 3 friendlies in charge, so that he could have a good look at everyone. And now he needs to start whittling down the squad. And let's be honest with you, he may still be using this game to assess players because he was late coming in.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, exactly. He's got to work it out.
Yeah, he hasn't had, even what was he called before Ruud van Nistelrooy?
Steve Cooper.
He had longer than double the time virtually. He says he has a clearer idea now of who fits into his plans. So look, not even yet. After this game, you're going to. I know. For me, I'm going to draw a line.
Yeah.
When we start playing the season, everybody starts with a clean slate.
Okay.
A bit like when I was the roofer that time, and I was sacked. I was sacked for masturbating on the roof, and I just said to my boss, he sacked me, said, "Can't we just wipe the slate clean?" Anyway, sorry, I love that joke. I don't know why. After how many times I tell it, and I've told it a few, I love it. So. Look, we're judging players on the last season. We're judging players on the season before under Enzo. This is a completely new manager. He's going to have different ideas. Would you have said that Vestergaard would have ended the championship season as our best defender?
No, 100% not.
No, you wouldn't. But Enzo came in, thought, well, all right, he would have started Cody, in fairness. Cody got injured, started Vestergaard. And whatever you say about Vestergaard, he can ping a pass. And I think that's the good thing that he does. And he can get a tackle in. Sometimes he just sticks his foot in the way, but he gets that in. So all of these players deserve, and I know I joke about Faze, but I'm going to have to say I've got to give Faze a chance.
Yeah.
And I have to say I'm not going to say I'm ever going to like the guy because I think he's a lazy bastard. But
I know what you're saying.
But he's going to get a chance, And let's see how we start the season. Because we don't know that Cifuentes could turn Thomas into primetime Ben Chilwell. He could turn Samari into Brian Robson.
I completely agree with you, and that's why I've not been freaking out too much about seeing in particular Skip and Sumari in the middle, because I still have that hope, Chris, in the back of my head that one of them, I don't care which one of them, if it's Sumari or Skip, will actually start advancing the ball better rather than doing it once and then shying away from it the entire game. So I hope you're right there. The Vestergaard thing's interesting to me because it makes me think maybe we'd be better as a back three. honestly.
Yeah.
But then we have got some really good wingers, which means we wouldn't be able to play them. So we are in a difficult situation there. But I agree, Vestergaard can pass. But the key to Vestergaard will be this year if we can hide what he's bad at. And I'm not sure this year we got enough room to do that in the team. Perhaps we did under Enzo, but we'll see, Chris. I mean, that's what today we'll learn a lot from. At least it isn't Skip and Winks together today. If I'd seen that, I would have gone nuclear.
You've got, we've got good wingers, but good wingers that don't necessarily get back and defend. So having three at the back can leave you a little bit open. Like Gray says, Vesti can pass. It all depends, how he's going to be used. Somebody said earlier there, Skip may be good at this level. It is. It is good. I had to look twice to see who it was, but good to see Frank. He may be good at this level. Winks was not very good like Matthew. It's hard. It's very hard to say this player wasn't good last season. They were all shit, but then they were being led by the biggest pile of shit that God has ever put on this earth to be a soccer manager.
Yeah, exactly. I think with Skip, the best way to get something out of him is to make his game as simple as possible for him, because that seems to be all he can cope with. As soon as we're asking him to do too much advancing or anything, he just looks like he's completely out of touch with the game. He looks out of fitness, Chris. I mean, I think he must have had an injury or something that's really messed him up, because he doesn't look like what you'd expect him to be by his name, does he? But hopefully he'll prove us wrong. I mean, I want to be proved wrong, Chris, by the players as well, and hopefully they're proving the new manager wrong, because it saves us a hell of a headache if they can all improve themselves.
I mean, they're just waiting for the players to come out, so we'll be popping off in a minute. But we don't want these players to be bad, because if they're good, the club's going to be better for it. But like I say, get this out the way, because this, at the end of the day, I did say I wanted to see the team that started up, and I don't know whether I would be happy with this team or no, if I would be happy with sections of this team. That I've got to say is probably Skip and Sumari.
Yes, exactly.
And oh my God, Vestergaard. Those are the three.
Those are the three.
Right, we're coming out. There's no sponsor on our shirts before anybody says I know that. I'll let you go and watch this as well. Right, fingers crossed that we've got a smile on our face. I don't think we will have, because we're playing a damn good team here. But
it'll be interesting at half time, Chris, to see if the problems come through that midfield and Vestergaard, like we all assume as the worst case scenario right now, because we've seen this script before, right?
Yes, indeed.
So let's see what happens. Yeah. See you at half time, everyone.
See you at half time. Cheers, buddy. Bye bye. So here we go. I just need. Oh, sorry, I've just got rid of Tom. I didn't mean to. I meant to leave him in the green room. Let me just. So Leicester City 4. Oh, they've got it as a 4-2-1-3, but it's 6 of one and half dozen of the other, isn't it? Right, let me just get my my headphones on. So I think we're probably going to see quite a few changes. So 3 weeks away, Fiorentina up. They are lined up. I'll tell you what their lineup is in a minute. I can't really say about any of their players. These people that follow, football, it's brilliant how they know all these players, because I don't have a fucking clue who most of them are. Once I get outside of Leicester, this player plays well for Arsenal. Really, who is he? Look, Fuentes is coming out. Has been read out. Crowd is still just filing in. It looks a pretty good crowd, to be honest with you. Oh no, there's some. The away end, obviously, the away bit is very empty. But yeah, there's a few gaps. Hamza Chowdhury is captain, which I'm happy with. I don't not like him as captain. I would still prefer a defender, but they've obviously shut the bars because everybody's coming in now. No sponsors, like we say. So, indeed. So, Fiorentina, white and purple. White, and we're away. Hang on, that started dead on time. Here we go. So, Leicester are all in blue. Their new kit. No sponsor on it, though. But it's their new kit, which, to be honest with you, I'm going to buy the pink one. I'm not particularly bothered for the blue. A pass was trying to get to Fatawu, but it went out. Leicester are playing left to right, so they can kick towards the Kop in the second half. Fiorentina in an all-white strip with purple trim. I think might be their away strip, I don't know. We're going out on Monday or Tuesday, the asking you for your predictions. Coley on the ball in the half of the Italians. Chowdhury and Fatawu playing 1-2. Coley goes all the way back to Hermansen. So Luke Thomas running forward. Bilal El-Khanous with a lovely ball down, but I don't know. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Mafidi. No, Luke Thomas possibly couldn't get the ball through into the box. But it's Leicester. I know it's only a minute 45, but at the moment there's a lot of action. Hamza Chowdhury getting a good pass there to Fatawu. Comes inside as he likes to do. El-Khanous shoots! Oh! Wow. El-Khanous with the shot there. So FOT are starting with a back five. Goalkeeper got the ball back, and it's a long ball up, but it's kicked out on the far side. Now, they're looking a little bit fragile. Oh, Fatawu takes the ball off. Oh. Yeah, I mean, Matt Elliott's just saying then they're a little bit. I mean, it's oh, Ayew with the corner. Let's have a look. It's oh! Oh. Now there's short corner this time. Chowdhury was waiting for it on the far side. Just having another look at that one from. I mean, wasn't. Yeah, not the best shot. Yeah, Matt Elliott's quite right. Like he said, you know, if it hadn't taken a deflection, it might just have tipped into the corner. A Coley coming away finds Chowdhury, who passes it upfield to Fatawu. Leicester do look up for this. Fatawu goes to the byline. I mean, he's saying, look at my shirt. The shirt's hanging off him. It's a friendly. In a week's time, that would probably get a free kick. There's a Leicester throw-in on the far side, just inside their own half. Please do smash the likes. It really does help the channel. Throwing this back with a Manson. Oh, now we gave the ball away. Oh. That was nearly a bit of trouble there for Leicester. Vestergaard it was. Oh, oops. Oh! Oh my God! He's only got a few games here. Oh. Wasn't very good cross there by Fiorentina, straight into Manson's arms. But they got Forest and Manchester United coming up. So you could say that this is the hardest game. So it's back to Fatawu here. It's a Leicester throw-in. So it's a free kick to Leicester. Hamza Chowdhury. Right-footed, and it goes back to Mads Manson in the Leicester goal. Nice interplay here by Leicester. Lovely ball down the wing. Mavididi pushed over. Doesn't get a free kick. It's actually, no, it was Ayew, sorry, that was thrown over, but it's only gone out for a throw-in. Ball that's been given. So it goes back to the Italian keeper. Well, the Italian team keeper. I don't know where he's from. And it's a throw-in. just inside the Fiorentina half to Fiorentina. First shot of Cifuentes walking up and down his technical area. Join us tonight at 9 o'clock. Reese will be joining us. I think Clibbo as well, I'm not sure, but Reese will definitely be joining us. He's at the match now, so he will be able to give us the heads up as to how we performed. And then tomorrow at 6 o'clock, Ruud van Nistelrooy at Leicester. What went wrong? A deep dive into the 7 months that turned LCFC into a joke. So we'll be looking in depth at Ruud van Nistelrooy's time at Leicester. Was it all his fault? Well, we'll see. So Fiorentina keeping the ball here, but they can't get it down to the player, and it's out for a throw-in, which Hamza Chowdhury will take. He's looking for somebody to receive the ball. Ayew tried to get it. At the moment, Fiorentina have come back into this game and they've won the ball again off Tamare. Oh, gone straight out and thankfully for a goal kick. So, yeah, the game's totally turned around now. Fair point. Oh, they are closing down well, Fiorentina. The ball just went past Skip then. No attempt to go and get it. If only, Dorco, if only. Oh, now Leicester. Patawu has to play it back to Chowdhury. I think again, in fairness, that was, I think, Skip that won that ball. Oh, I'm not necessarily asking for a score prediction, but do you think this will be a win, a draw, or a loss? Let's be honest with you, this is the best team we have played in pre-season. We always have a big... the last pre-season game of the season is always against a fairly decent side. Fortunately, Gray, I think... would it be that? Okoli. Oh. Pressured again by the Italian striker. But Ayew gets it away, but... Oh, Okoli doing well. I'm running forward now. Okoli's running towards the box. Plays out to Mavadidi's got it. Oh. Free kick to Leicester, just outside the box, almost on the byline, on the back line, sorry. That's a lovely play, lovely play. It was a good run by Okoli. It really was. Hi, Blue Fox. How you doing? How is it over there in Canada? And Paul, hello. Yeah, we do. We do, I agree. 4-4. Ayers walking away from the ball. He's leaving it to El Canoes, who generally is the main free kick taker. 2 hands go up. Plays it out wide. Oh. That was a bit different there. That nearly caught them out. I mean, there's a free kick to to Fiorentina. One of their players went down in the box. But El Canoes, like I say, literally in that corner where the edge of the box and the back line, didn't chip it into the box, played it back, and Thomas absolutely whipped it. It did come off a Italian player, but like I said, the referee blew the whistle. Good ball out to the far side. Oh, yes, Mavadidi. Chowdhury on this side. Atawu looking for help. Plays Chowdhury into trouble, but Chowdhury keeps it, but then gives it away. But wins it back. Leicester coming back into this game. Ball's up through to Ayew. Now, Chowdhury, Daka. It all goes back, but we keep possession of Coley. It is still in the Fiorentina half. Plays a 1-2, gets the ball back. Now it's out to Chowdhury on this right-hand side. That to Fatawu. Looking to run at the player. Can he get the ball across? Gets a corner. Gets a corner. He's having his shirt pulled again. If the Fiorentina wants a Leicester shirt that much, somebody run on and give it to him. So, corner, Ayew, right-footed, into the box. There's another decent corner, but it falls to Fiorentina. That's offside, sure. Oh, I thought it was offside, but Hermansen halfway out up the pitch in the Leicester half there coming out. And it's a throw in to Leicester on the far side. Bit of a hard pass. I think it was offside, Matt. I do. Again, we're playing out from the back, not well. Chowdhury to skip to Fatawu. "18 minutes into the game, still 0-0. Oh, Mamadidi! Oh, their goalkeeper had to come out. Lovely ball through. It was a hard one for Mamadidi. He had to run to get to it, but get to it he did. Certainly showed his pace. Oops. Emerson is really far up the pitch here. Sumari to Akoli. Of course, he'll know Italian football well. Thomas coming forward. Oh, Canoe's tripped up. Did he get the foul? Oh, Leicester get the ball away. So we've had 3 shots so far. Fiorentina not had any, and we've had more passes and more corners. So interesting here. 67% of Leicester fans, I guess they're all Leicester fans, think that we're going to win the game. So it's a throw-in. Chowdhury level with the penalty box on this near side. He's looking. Nobody was really moving for him. Luke Thomas, that's a foul. Yeah. I think the Italians are getting a little bit frustrated. The referee's giving so many free kicks. But, yeah, he had his hands on his back. Had his hands on Luke Thomas's back. Yeah, Blue, you're right. And Gray. It's a free kick to Leicester. So after that foul on Luke Thomas on the far side. Taken short to El Canoes. Goes to wind one up, but it comes off the Fiorentina player and they manage to boot it clear. Just going out of play just in front of the Cifuentes. Technical area, comes out and applauds his players. But yeah, I've got to say, not wholly disappointing at this point. Patawu down this near side. And he's pulled him back again. And this time he gets the free kick. And he gets a yellow card. It was a long time coming, but the referee has. Okay, do you book him? It's a friendly at the end of the day. Do you book him straight away? No, and that's Fabriano Parise, who's there, number 65. Like I say, he's had a few pulls at the shirt. A couple of times he got away with it. That's third time there. No, he didn't. Ayew on this free kick, just outside the penalty box on the near side. Now, it's into the box, but it's headed clear. Mavididi trying to hold on to it. Manages to keep it. Well done, Mavididi. To get back, just passed back, but we have still got possession. Just remember, everybody, and I should say, of course, no spoilers. Oh, now, Mavadidi's got a really good run down the far side. He's still got the ball. And it's out for a corner. Wow. Mavadidi turn the space there. Oh, skips over the player, but another player just gets in his way and puts it out for a corner. I get your point, Gray. I get your point. El Canoes, and it's with Fatuo on this side. He chips it. Chowdhury, chips it back in, but it's too far. Too far. But we keep it. No, it's kept in. Well done. Ayu. Oh. And now it's a free kick to Fiorentina. Nil-nil halfway through this first half. So, Vestergaard back to Mad Hermerson. Now boots it long upfield into the opposition half. It is headed clear, but Leicester win the ball. Skip on the ball now. Turns around and plays a short pass. Now Leicester knocking this ball round well, I have to say. So it's back with Hermanson. I've got to say, you guys called it, and I'd have to agree with you. It is looking like a good performance so far. I don't want to give it the commentator's curse. This certainly isn't the performance that we had against Cologne. Oh, lovely ball over the top towards Mavadidi. Can he get to it? No. The defender gets to it and boots it out for a throw-in. So Leicester take the throw-in quickly. Into the box. El Canoes goes through, and as usual, Madsen Manson probably get a little bit bored on his own. He's halfway up towards the halfway line. Smile from Hamza Chowdhury there. Fiorentina with the throw in on this near side, just inside their own half. Oh! He was there in the right place. It was 1-0 to Leicester City. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! What a goal!
Go! Back of the net.
Indeed. Who scored there? Wow. In fairness, that was the start that we... Well, I'll say the start. It was a lovely move. Fatawu wins the ball. Oh, lovely ball. And Ayu just stood there and went, thank you very much. I'll have that one, thank you. Okay, well, yeah, he had a look at the ricochet there. So, Ayu, and I have to say, who else? So far, I've been very impressed with his performance. Oof. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. You weren't expecting that, were you? No, you weren't. I mean, it's earlier times, I know. There's going to be a change for Fiorentina. Phew. Welcome along to the world of Leicester City. But they're coming forward now. Oh, I don't know what he was trying to do there, the Italian player, but he got it into the box, and it was neither a cross or I don't. Yeah, I think he just hit it all wrong. There was a teammate running into the box, but it was very, very easy for Hermansen to take. Yeah, right place, right time. Paul, you're quite right. I mean, how many times last season we wouldn't have scored that goal because we didn't have anybody up. Free kick to Leicester. That was going to try to be a nice one too, between with Skip and Samare. Skip's got a smile on his face. A substitute coming here for Fiorentina. Yeah, I think Fiorentina, like I say, about 3 weeks away from kicking off, so they're still playing. Hi, Doug. How they doing, mate? How are you doing? You come to watch the better league, have you? Defending champions. Playing it risky here, Fiorentina doing a Leicester at the back, playing it around with the goalkeeper. And they give away. It's a free kick as a throw into Leicester, I think. And that's the risk when you're playing it out from the back. You're looking forward to the season, Doug? Fiorentina, 34 minutes. Leicester City 1, Fiorentina 0. Oh, Fataru. Fataru, what move? Go on, son! 2-0! 2 fucking 0! That is the goal of the season! What a goal! I mean, it was a chip over to himself, ran onto it, ran into the box, chip into the top corner. I mean, what a goal! That was going to be a difficult goal to follow or to beat this season by anybody. Anybody. Wow.
Goal! Back of the net.
What a goal. What a goal. He's back. Wow. Who was expecting this? Bring it on. He looks up for this, Fataru. Wow. Woohoo! Whoa, 2-0. I mean, that was I'm fucking amazing. Jesus Christ, Mary, everybody else from the Bible. Oh. Let me get me breath. Guys. Let me catch up with your comments. After we're going to stop just being relegated last season. Well, come on, I don't know about that. After the doom of last winter with Rude, I feel very optimistic now. One swallow doesn't make a summer and all that. What a performance by Fataru after such an injury. He's a special player. He is a special player. What a goal. It was sensational, said Paul. No wonder I don't do predictions. Was it 4-0 you said to Fiorentina? He is a special player, Blue Fox. You are so right. Feel hopeful and excited. Yes, indeed. Wayne, what were you worried about, Chris? Patu was... Yes, he was missed last season, Doug. He was. But magical. Oh, 3-0, Chris. You went 3-0 to Fiorentina, was it? Remember, guys? Remember that? No spoilers. That's not a spoiler off Gray, by the way. He is. Again, like I always say with these players, let's hope we can keep hold of them. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So, Fiorentina got all the work to do now. They've already made one substitution. Offside, surely. And the flag goes up straight away. Sorry, Grace. Sorry. Why have they got manager areas when both managers are outside? Now they're both back in. Or Pioli didn't. Look, it's one swallow. Doesn't make a summer. But if you can't get excited about this, you won't get excited about anything. Leicester playing it around at the back a little bit. Up, Madsen Manson with a kick. That was an up and under. And it's out for Fiorentina throw in. Yeah, you've got to feel positive. I was feeling positive when we signed Cifuentes. Feeling positive when I was seeing how good the youngsters were in pre-season. And like I said, everybody's going to start with a fresh start next week. Not going to judge. I mean, as much as I hate Faze, he's going to have a. I'm going to have to be fair to him and give him a clean slate to start with. Abadidi keeps hold of the ball. Ayu, sorry. No, it's gone across the field. It's with Chowdhury now on this near side. Oh, tried to play a 1-2 with Fatawu and skipped there. Wasn't the best of balls from Fatawu. Oh, Chowdhury's gone down. Now he runs back. Make sure he getting back into position. So, is that a free kick? No. Fiorentina keep hold of the ball as well. Maybe that's why they didn't give him a free kick. Don't talk about your wife like that, Gray. I know she's a Forest fan, but come on. I wonder if that makes any difference. Ayu, our first goal scorer, gets a foul for us. Don't ever tell the wife I talk about her like that, will you, Gray? But they're playing around the back at the moment. Coley goes forward. Potaru, who loses the ball this time, goes and tries to get it back. He can't. Nice play from the Fiorentina player. Oh, Luke Thomas didn't let that player go and he got the ball. And it's come back off Vestergaard. I think he got a foul there, actually, Luke Thomas. Cifuentes must look at this and he will be very, very impressed, I've got to say. One minute of extra time, everybody. Hello, James. How you doing? Don't know if there'll be any extra time on extra time. And there it is. It is half time. I'm going to go top my drink up, water the plants, etc., etc. I will be back in a few minutes. Hopefully, I will be joined by Tom. A great half to talk about. A great half to talk about. Don't go away. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back with the halftime analysis in just a few minutes.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Wow. You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I mean, I've taken Chris like a few small steps forward from the last performance, right? And what we saw there was just giant steps towards a new future for mankind. What was that? That was unbelievable. Everything we were concerned about got pushed away quite quickly. A great team performance. I've not seen a Leicester team play like that for quite a while. And commitment, great attitude. Set pieces were brilliant. The short corner option was looking a bit more dangerous. Ayew was taking the corners over El Canoose most of the time. Where do I stop with applaudits, mate? And we've got 2 great goals.
Well, let's look at the goals first of all. The first one, excuse me, the joy of going to the pub at lunchtime rather than having a meal. Ayew. Look, again, Fatawu has been involved in so much this game. Fatawu ran at, and he's been running at them all game. I mean, if the Fiorentina player wanted his shirt that much, why don't we just give him one?
Exactly. You just can't deal with him, can he?
Yeah.
Completely untouchable.
Go and get a shirt printed with Fatawu on the back and number 7 and just give it to the player. Eventually he got booked third time. All right, it was a bit of a luck with the deflection, but you need a bit of luck. It fell to Ayew. Ayew, it was a tap-in, let's be honest with you. But I'm going to say this now. Last season, under Ruud van Nistelrooy, that goal would not have happened.
No, because we wouldn't have committed as many players forward, would we? And that was the thing. We made our own luck, Chris. Like you say, positive attitude. Fatawu willing to take players on and make the difference to get into the box. Other players more willing to push forward. What we're talking about, Skip and Soumaré, and look, Skip was getting forward. Unbelievable. He was inside the penalty area a lot of times. The match changed it.
You want to go through the goals first? Somebody said if Fatawu had been playing last season, we wouldn't have gone down. I mean, that might be stretching it. I don't think he would have had last season had that much of an effect. He wasn't overly brilliant when he was playing early in the season, but give the guy the goal of the season now.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? What a pass over your own head, down the wing, run inside. Reminded me of Gareth Bale a little bit when he was at his prime at Real Madrid. Just like a different class, Chris. I mean, how good is this guy? I mean, this year out doesn't seem to have affected his confidence much at all because every time he went forward, they couldn't cope with him. He was unplayable. And if he does that, Chris, he'll be the best player in the Championship by head and shoulders this season.
Well, I mean, it was just a pleasure to watch. I mean, look, if that had been Ronaldo or Messi, or if it had gone the other side, would have said, "Oh, it was Italian flair and what have you." Bollocks! That was good old Leicester.
That was. I mean, he's that good though, isn't he, mate? If you see how old he is, and just what he can do with that football. I mean, Monga's wowed us all throughout this summer, really, hasn't he? But then that guy comes back, and all of a sudden we're going, we've got someone here, haven't we? I've not seen someone that good down the flanks as Mahrez. I think he is that good. He's up there. Definitely.
And I think it's the first guy that we've had, and this is his 3rd season with us now, which we forget. But this is probably the first time he's been going, well, he's not as good as Mahrez, is he?
I know, but still, that's a great thing to be saying, isn't it? Because we haven't said it for so long. We've been really lacking. And like I say, players like him just lift the team. Yeah, just Dorker literally said exactly as I was saying it. Yeah, and it's encouraging. You can see the effect he's had on Ayew, Chris, and on El Canoose, and just the players like Skip. How much more confident does Skip look again?
Well, let's talk about Soumaré and Skip. I cannot fault either. Well, I know Soumaré gave the ball away, what have you, but I cannot fault either of them.
No, I think they both played really well. I think Skip, like I say, his commitment's there. He's shown a lot more running today and just a lot more willingness, Chris, to get involved, irrelevant of quality or anything else. I think Soumaré's played his position fine as well. He's been solid. He hasn't really dropped us in it too often. We look comfortable when we have to keep possession. We don't look like we're particularly worried. We can pass it around the back. Mads is coming out as well. We're looking confident with that. It reminds me of what we were like under Maresca, which reminded me of more confident days. So, no, I think they've played their part very well, mate. I think it shows it's best to go for these two, even if there are questions about Soumaré and Skip. Together they seem to work better than Skip and Winks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Fiorentina, look, they are the best team we've played pre-season, but they're 3 weeks off their season starting. We are a week. Do you think that that is the difference between the two teams?
I think a little bit of it is, yeah. I think it is, but also we also got to remember that he's only really been involved with the club for about 2 or 3 weeks, the new manager, hasn't he? And actually, the progress has been quite staggeringly quick. Actually, I think if you think from 3 weeks ago, we seem so much more rounded, so much more understanding of what we're trying to do. They seem to have a vision and a plan, and they seem to be supporting each other as well in doing it, which I haven't seen us do for a while either. So I'm really impressed with actually how short a time it's been and how good we look, because I'd argue Fiorentina would probably be at a similar level of preparation because of the manager's appointment, being quite late. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's too different, actually, Chris. No.
Good point. Good point. I want to talk Chowdhury. He's been given the captain's armband. He has been involved in so much down this right-hand side with Fatawu. I'm just going the first goal again here. And I think he's linked up well with Fatawu, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I think at the moment, I thought, hang on a second. It was towards the end of the game. It was probably in about the 41st, well, it was in the 41st minute. He went to ground. There was no foul. Fiorentina came away with the ball, and they were attacking. Chowdhury got up straight away and ran back. And I don't mean a last season Samari jog back. Ran back to get into position to defend. And I'm thinking, fuck me, that's a captain.
100%. Yeah, no, it was a very good bit of leadership there from Hamza, and just shows actually why we probably shouldn't have written him off so often, because if there's ever a redemption arc, here comes one, straight into the first team for Ricardo's injury right now as well. The thing I like about him, Chris, is that he's very...
Watch this goal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sublime.
It is unbelievable, isn't it? But with Hamza, the thing I like about him, Chris, is he's quick, but also he's bloody strong, isn't he? He's not like a pushover right back who's normally quick but hasn't got much physicality. I think he really adds that to his game, and he's allowed Thomas the freedom to actually overlap El Canouse, hasn't it? And really push that inverted left wing back position into the central midfield. So I think it's been really well balanced, and Hamza suits that well because he's so rounded.
I mean, I'm thinking about next week if the game goes ahead. I know Sheffield. I mean, I don't want to sort of curse things. You're thinking, well, this should be an easy game for us, and then they go and beat us 2-0 or something. But looking at that team performance, that was everything we were not last season.
100%. Yeah, it was completely a shock to me to see how connected they were and how they seem to enjoy playing football as well. They seem sharp, Chris. Yeah. It was the off the ball movement that struck me early on. It was the way we were positioned, how we weren't shying away and falling too defensively when we lost the ball. There were still players trying to make intercepting runs for passes going forward, trying to read the game better. Just so much more intelligent as a football team today. And I think, against a very decent opposition as well. I think it's highly impressive, and I'm happy with this team. If this team rocked up next week and go Sheffield Wednesday, I'd say we should really win it quite easily, with all due respect.
No, yeah, I know. Saying that, but I know what you mean. I don't like this playing out from the back. It's nearly cost us a couple of times, but good defending. I can't look at anybody on that team and say they had a bad game.
Me neither.
Somebody tell me that Vestergaard had a bad game.
No, he hasn't at all.
No, that Samari had a bad game.
No.
Somebody tell me that Skip. I actually, he went up close on Skip, and he was playing with a smile on his face.
Yeah, he looked happy, didn't he? I think the manager's had a word with him and sorted him out a bit. And your Vestergaard point, Chris, was very good at the start of the show, because you're correct. What he's offered is a long-range pass. He's tried to feed Fatawu down from a one pass from the centre-back position, and that's a second outlet for us, rather than trying to play out from the back, which we dislike so much all the time. Because you can't do it all the time. You've got to have different options. So it's nice to see that, definitely.
Well, just what he did in the Championship last time, and why he was so good. And this is why I want him over FaZe.
I think FaZe can still do it as well, Chris. I think FaZe has that in his game. He's shown that as well. So I don't think it's as dissimilar as you think. But I agree with you. Think Vestergaard's shown a lot more desire, perhaps, in pre-season with his crunching tackles and all the rest of it.
I've got here good performance from Leicester City after halfway through the first half. I mean, yes. I mean, they had the moments, Fiorentina, but I can't say Madsen Manson's really been threatened.
No, I think our defensive shape's been very good. I think it's limited their chances, Chris. We get back nice and narrow and just limit their chances. And then Mads has been very good at coming out and sweeping the ball up, which is what his best part of his goalkeeping game is, being that sweeper, isn't it? So you'd argue he's more experienced of that than Solarcic even. But yeah, he's handled it very well. And I think that's the idea, right? You don't let them have opportunities by how you set up. And I think that's already drilled into this team quite early. And it's given me a lot of confidence in Vestergaard, for example, who I wasn't sure could manage it nowadays, but he's very assured. Actually, I know he's given the ball away once or twice, but you're going to. I mean, it's how you recover from that, and I think we've shown a great recovery so far.
I think it's not just him that has given the ball away. Madsen Manson has played one pass in particular straight to an opposition player. So look, if we're saying he's given the ball away one or two times, then that's not damning criticism, isn't it? Another player I want to give credit to, Coley.
Yeah, he's looked very assured, hasn't he? He looked like he was in a leadership role in that back two as well, because he was taking accountability for the ball, reading the game very well, using his physicality nicely as well, Chris. Yeah, I was really happy about it. I thought he looked really composed. And it definitely, for me, answers the question if you do consider Okoli and Nelson, because Okoli can obviously play the more experienced tag partner of the two, can't he?
Yes. Oh, totally. I can't stop smiling. Are we being unfair to Rude? Are we? And look, I want to say about Rude that we have got this coming up tomorrow night at 6:00. We've got. Whoops, that didn't work, did it? Let me do this. We've got this coming up at 6:00 tomorrow. Ruud van Nistelrooy, the man who nearly ruined the Foxes, and I don't think that's exaggerating it. But we're going to have a real deep dive with Wayne tomorrow and talk through that and just see, was it all that bad? And don't forget tonight, guys. We've also got the review match of Leicester City versus Fiorentina from a couple of guys that have hopefully been down there. But yeah, it's look, one swallow doesn't make a summer.
It's true. We could collapse second half.
Yeah, one swallow makes me very happy, but that's another story. Come on, you weren't expecting anything else. But I have to say, apart of the players are coming out. So very quickly, go back to this time last season. Were you this confident?
No, not at all, because we didn't show any spark, Chris, did we? And that's something we'll just limit it down to 1 point here. We showed spark that half, and that's all we want, really. I tell you what I'd like to see as a change quickly. I'd like to see Skip come off maybe for Alves and try Alves in that midfield position. That would be interesting, I think, to see how he does there. But there you go.
It'd be interesting to see how many substitutes, if any, there are. I think, is that Becker? No, that's Fatawu, sorry. Bless him. Right, I'll let you go, and I will see you at full time, sir. Let's hope we're still smiling.
100%. Cheers, guys. See you after full time.
Cheers. Bye-bye. There we go. Thanks very much to... So we'll let you know if there's any changes. It looks like it's the same. Oh, straight out. Now, Leicester, remember, are going to be kicking now from right to left. So they're going to be kicking towards the Kop. A free kick. Jordan Ayew won. Who knew that? Well done, Jordan. I'm liking this team. And like I say, look, we've based our thoughts on how the team played last season. They've all got to get a fair chance. El Canoes all the way across into the box. Oh, but it goes through, ends up with the goalkeeper. So Leicester still coming forward again. Oh, it's a free kick, I think, to Fiorentina on the far side. Patawu's not very happy. So no changes at all for Leicester. There's going to be a lot of changes, I think, coming up for Fiorentina as they're preparing a little bit behind, a couple of weeks behind us. But as Tom said, at the end of the day, they've had a manager in place for a lot longer than we have. Chowdhury's up there. Be interesting to see what substitutions and when. Oh, now Leicester come away down this left-hand side. A lovely overlap from El Canoes. From AU. Oh, plays it in, but it wasn't just behind the Leicester players. It was a good move. But again, last season we would not have been getting that far up the field. And that is the difference. That is the big difference. So, a corner. I don't know what you're saying there, Dorco. Trying to delete the comment. Don't know what the hell you're talking about. There's a good defensive header from Ayew, doing his bit at the back from the Fiorentina corner. Leicester have it coming away, though, on the far side. Do we keep the ball? Yes, we do. Back with Vestergaard. Oh, Vestergaard there. Vestergaard. Ayew, lovely touch, lovely turn, brought down. Yeah, please explain what you're on about there, Dorco. If not, can you delete the comment? Oh, now Thomas has been taken down and it's a free kick. Gray, are you still in, Gray? Hermansen over the ball. 1-2. Gets the ball back. Oh, wow. Lovely ball. Fatawa on the far side into the box. Goes past two players. And he's passed back to his teammate. Wasn't good enough, but Leicester cut it out. Can you just delete that comment of Dorco's, please, mate? Beginning with the P. Yeah, don't worry. I just didn't know whether you were still watching or not. All the way through to Hermansen. Hermansen, who's, let's be honest with you, had an easy-ish game so far, hasn't he? Yeah, just delete that comment, Gray. The one where he's written pervert. God, Leicester really. Hiya, Jim. I presume you mean time. How many drinks have you had down the pub? We just kicked off the second half. We're on 54 minutes. Chipped over the top. Oh, Chowdhury gets his head to it. He's having a good game, is Chowdhury. Oh, and then he fouls to try to keep hold of the ball. What a shot there from Fiorentina. I think the guy touching row double Z is more worried about that. Yeah, we did we did switch off, but hi Vicky, how you doing? But oh, 1 second now, they're coming through. Oh, and it was over the top. He went. The Fiorentina striker went past three defenders there as if they weren't there. Yeah, Bekovic. If it looks like a Manson will possibly go, if he does. I didn't know what it was regarding. That's all I'm saying. If I knew what it was regarding, I probably would have done. but I just didn't know what it was regarding. So to me, and this is what you've got to be careful sometimes with comments. Are you down? A shot. I've had a few shots now, Fiorentina. But yeah, I just, these things can be misunderstood. I don't know if you were calling somebody else that. Leicester changes coming up. McAtee is coming on. McAtee for Fatawu, who's getting a lot of applause, obviously. And very good. And Monga's coming on. So Wayne will be enjoying himself. Well, and Monga replacing Mavididi. Yeah, I'm not bad at all, Vicky, thank you. Even better watching this performance. James, yeah, I think they're past the best, though, aren't they? But no, with Bekovic, I think as a third choice, I think he's very, I think he's good as the third choice, and I think he'll, with Bowser, the young lad coming through, he'll do that. I can see him doing this for a year and helping the youngster Bowser, and then becoming our goalkeeping coach. Yeah, so Dorco, as I say, if it was a joke, I apologise. I just didn't get what it was about. McAtee was almost through with his first. I think he might have been offside, but he'd only been on 30 seconds. So far, yeah, I think that's the same. Did he come on for you, James? Because I thought I didn't see he didn't play any games last season. That's not a couple of bad substitutes to bring on, is it, McAtee and Monga? It's a bit earlier than the normal 60-minute time for making changes, which tends to be the norm with most teams. Anyway, let's have it on the far side. Chip across to Luke Thomas here. Plays it out wide to Monga. Number 66 on his back. Oh. He loses it. He went down. No penalty. It wasn't a penalty. All right, yeah. I think that's it. It's just he's on the bench today, but it's just emergency cover. And like I say, if Hermansen goes, which is looking likely, then he our second choice, Stelarczyk, today would become our first choice, which I think he should be anyway. But then if Stelarczyk gets injured, we're relying on the young lad Bowser, who's played very well. Don't get me wrong; he's had a really good pre-season, but no, they've just said now Hermansen is number one. No, I think Stelarczyk should be number one. Scott will agree. Scott thinks Hermansen's number one, and fair play to him. Free kick to Fiorentina in the middle of the field. Have you taken some Viagra, Gray? It's the only way I can keep it up these days. Now it's a free kick to Leicester. But yeah, Bowser will come through, but we haven't got a goalkeeping coach since the dickhead that is. Oh my God! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 changes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 changes. 9 changes for Fiorentina. Yeah, and I mean, if we're selling him, it's putting him in the shop window. Not that he's had much to do, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think Bekovic has been a very good signing. I mean, he's free, so he won't. It doesn't go against the PSR. His wages will not be that expensive. I wouldn't have thought. He knows Cifuentes because he is. They reckon Fiorentina is a stronger team. Kick up field. I suppose they've got a few of the bigger names, like we said before, Jekko and what have you. Interesting to see what is going to happen because they reckon they say this is a stronger team, the second team today. Maybe Leicester need to make some changes. I mean, changing 9 players gives a whole new dynamic and fitness of the team. So, Chowdhury at the back. Yeah, maybe because of you and me both, Dorco. You and me both. Maybe because they've now got a fitter team on. Should we make more changes? So they've got a lot of possession. Having said that, they managed to keep the ball. Now they're giving it away, and it's a Fiorentina throw-in. Yeah, he did. Remember, though, that these guys, yes, they've had pre-season games, but they've not had 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes. They've had 45 minutes, 30 minutes. It's... I'm glad to see a Coley starting, though. Fiorentina definitely on top now. Wonder if Daka will get any minutes. Because, I mean, Ayew, can he play the whole 90? He isn't that sort of a player that can, he hasn't got the speed, as they said earlier. Oh! Having said that about Ayew, he stood in the box and a bad back pass nearly went to him. Now Monga. Lovely touch from Leicester. Tries to thread the ball through. Monga is making a difference. So it goes all the way through and ends up with Mads Hermansen. 65 minutes gone. Leicester City 2, Fiorentina 0. I bet you were never expecting me to say that today. Oh, if that had have fallen to Ayew, I would have put my money on him scoring. Throw into Fiorentina. Oh no. Took quickly, but some changes for Leicester. The Daka is coming on. I presume for Ayew. Winks is on for Skip. And Daka is on for Ayew. Now look, we've seen Daka. We've seen him when he was played through in that friendly first touch of the ball. And look, he's had the backing of the manager. He's come out and said they'd like to keep Daka. Yeah, I'd probably agree. Ayew is the favourite to be the starter. Leicester win the ball. And McAteer's through here. Oh, and another good save. I mean, that could have been, two chances there. Both two good shots from McAteer and El Canouse, and two good saves from the Fiorentina goalkeeper. I need to learn to do shorthand. Let's have a look at this. Ooh. Well, that to be honest with you, a good tackle, and Daka won the ball, got it to El Canouse, lovely ball through from El Canouse. McAteer, lovely shot, lovely run, and got on the end of it, unfortunately straight at the goalkeeper, probably wasn't the best angle, and then it came to almost in exactly the same angle to El Canouse. And he did exactly the same thing and hit the goalkeeper. I think both of them were straight at the keeper. He didn't have a lot to do, but look, he still had to save them. And Cifuentes having a chat with Xavier Calm there. He's the one with the bald head, and seems to be quite popular with managers these days. So no, I agree. It was straight at the keeper, but no, it was a shot. It was two shots. How many shots did we have last season? How often? I keep saying this. How much that happens in this game would have happened in any of the games last season under the knob. Daka trying to close the goalkeeper down. They have still got it in defence. They can't get it clear yet. Now maybe they can. Fiorentina. No, it's played it as a pass, but it's gone back, and they're playing it about the back. They're going to be in a bit of trouble. Winks, that nearly was an own goal. Winks forcing the ball back to them, back to their keeper. Now they are breaking away now, Fiorentina. But it's a bad ball, and it's good defending by Thomas, who gets it back to Hermansson. Yeah, they're praising Luke Thomas there. When he came back in the team last season, he was, as Brad would always say, redemption player. Yeah, good pressure. We did. I mean, they were able to break, to be honest with you. All over the top. Defended well by Coley. And a foul. I think Chowdhury was taken out. I'm not sure that he didn't run into Winks and they got in each other's way. Winks kind of fell over himself. I don't know what. Anyway, it was a foul. Of Anderson. Ball up to the opposition half. Leicester keep control, but it's back in their own half now. Sumare, nice turn, passes. Oh, McAteer went down, didn't get the free kick, lost the ball. Dodo, he's got past McAteer. Oh, defended again. Coley blocked again. You know, I've got, I mean, Thomas was beat for space that time. Now they come down the far side. A good defending yet again. A Coley there. El Canoes. The ball's over the top for Daka to run at. He was fouled. I've said that a few times, Dorco, about Monga. I'm not sure I said that about Thomas. I wouldn't have Thomas over, say, Mavididi. I wouldn't mind seeing Monga in a free-flowing movement. Oh my God! About phases coming on, everybody. Well, Ben Nelson's coming on. They moved a Coley to right back, but what? I don't know what Koulibaly's got to do, to be honest with you. They're asking for a penalty there. No VAR this season. How good. Oh, Blue Fox. I hope that's not a euphemism for anything. I don't know. We said we needed a right back. But we haven't got James. We haven't got Ricardo on the pitch. They're the two right backs. Why is a Coley moved over to right and no Koulibaly? I won't be surprised if Koulibaly isn't leaving this season. Nice play. Cut the pass out there, did Leicester. Referee got out the way. Winks turns it and he puts it back to Hermansen. But yeah, I mean, I don't get it. Maybe he's going to go. So, yes, it is a free kick. Monga taken down there. I think we have to look at this half and go, there is a stronger Fiorentina team out, so we're not going to have sort of the possession, etc., that we had before. And Thomas plays it back to Hermansen. Hermansen plays it forward. Leicester. Nice 1-2 from the defence here. Casey McAteer. Coley, who's overlapped up, places it back to McAteer. Probably wasn't the best option, but Leicester still have it. Now plays it over. Canoes all the way over to Thomas. He's got Monga to his left and he plays the ball to Monga. Monga looking to go forward as he always does. And it's a throw in. No, that was a Leicester throw in. I mean, again, did he try and do too much? Let's have a look. I think that would have been very unfair if that was a penalty. Yeah. Another free kick to Fiorentina. I mean, if VAR had given that, but we've got 12 months of no VAR, unless we go far in the cups, of course. Up and under. Leicester to clear. Will they keep it in? Oh, they did, but it fell to Fiorentina. But Leicester intercept the ball. Winks Winks runs forward. He's picked out Daka. Oh! Oh! Daka didn't control it there. What a run by Winks. You see, that's Daka as we would expect him to be. In a brilliant position, doesn't control the ball. and the chance has gone. Now, Fiorentina come forward down this right-hand side. Into the box from Dodo. But it was a header that was on the far side, but it's out for a goal kick. I think there's some more substitutes coming on now. Let's have a look who's coming on. Elkanus and Akoli. Aluko is on. And Elkanus is off. And Page is on. Still no Koulibaly. So we're into the last 8 minutes. There'll be a fair bit of stoppage time, I think, because of the substitutes. Good interception from Nelson. Oh, Sumare. Just don't know what Koulibaly's got to do. Why not put Aluko on the left and bring Koulibaly on and give Thomas a break? Dzeko. Oh, over the top. So it's Matsumare and Thomas. I do not get Oh, good defensive header there from the Leicester defender. I think it was Nelson. Can Daka get to this? No. Oh! A back pass to the goalkeeper who thought he got plenty of time, and then you can see Daka's speed. Oh, Mads there. That's another back pass. Samara, I mean, there's a couple of bad passes there. I'm like, WTF. Leicester win the ball back. Winks, lovely ball. Trying to get around the referee there, the Leicester player. Mongo on this left. Passes it back. Thomas into the box, but it's headed clear by a Fiorentina defender, who then slips as he plays it forward. But Aluko. Another bad pass this time. I'm not sure who. I think that was McAteer, actually. Or could have been paid. I'm not sure. Paid for the throw-in. That's a free kick to Leicester. McAteer pulled down there from behind. Kicked the ball away. I just say it could have been a more impressive scoreline, but I'm overall I'm happy with the scoreline. I'm happy with the performance. I can't see Kingy. Oh no, that is Kingy. Yes, had his head down. Kingy next to Calm, and Kingy talking now to Cifuentes. So this free kick to Leicester on the far side, just inside the byline. Left foot there, coming in. And Luca tried to get on the end of it. It didn't work out very well. Leicester. We're getting to the first balls. Lovely ball over the top. Doesn't quite get to the Leicester player. So, Fiorentina. I mean, like we say, they've got Nottingham Forest and they've got Man United coming up. So, a couple of easy games after this one. Daka closes the goalkeeper down again, but he's stole a dummy. Oh! Oh, keeper. Keeper off Daka. Thomas to Monga. He runs forward to give him the choice, but it's not. It's played back. And here come Leicester again. Monga gets it. 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. Monga goes down, but no free kick. Yeah, Blue it is. I didn't recognise him to start. Monga is down, so they're going to have to stop the game. Yeah, physio's coming on for Leicester. Monga stood up now. He's up. Fiorentina did stop the game for him. Limping a little bit. No, it wasn't a free kick, I don't think. So, ball's back with Fiorentina, having kicked it out. Played it over to the far side. Poor Daka. Wings had it, played it forward, hit the back of Daka, and went to Fiorentina. Oh, Mads had to come out then. There it is. Full time. 2-0. 2-0, I hear you say. Yes, it was. We'll be back. I need something. I need to do something. You know that. Look, it's my age. Well, I'm not going to deny. But we'll be back with the full-time analysis with Tom and a couple of others. Hopefully will be joining us as well. But we will be back just after this.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch-Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Indeed. Gentlemen, wow.
He knows it.
Who was expecting that?
It was a shock, wasn't it, Chris? What a performance. Across every single department, the club was just better. Every section of the pitch, individually, collectively, much more organised. Hell of a step up, really. Confident going into next week on my books.
Wayne, what did you think?
Oh, completely disappointing, Chris. I expected a 0-0 turgid game with, especially when you saw the midfield, with very static play, but it didn't play out that way, did it?
Oh, come on. I don't believe that.
God.
This should have been an exciting day for all Leicester fans. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get in here.
How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing great, man.
Welcome back to the motherland.
You got it, baby. You got
what a
two of us
shot.
now.
Hey, hello,
I had a feeling, and I enjoyed it, so I'm going to have another one later, but I had a feeling that I know, having known that Jim had gone to watch Wayne play football, and having known that they'd gone to the pub, and then seeing Wayne at such a long distance away, I had a feeling that Jim might be winning.
Yeah, they didn't hide it very well, did they, Chris?
No, not at all, not at all. Well, look, guys, I mean, it was over as a match at half time, really, as it looks, as it looked. Why is Wayne in America?
His signal looks clearer today.
We swapped. In fact, let me just take that down because we don't need that anymore. There you go. You can now see the full beauty of Jim. We sent Trump back and we got Jim. I don't know if that's a good swap or not, to be honest with you.
Hey, listen, I had to put up with Dorset radio for the last 2 days. I mean, come on, Chris.
Hey, I never said anything about America this morning.
Not today, but yesterday.
Yesterday, yes. In fairness, yesterday I did take the wee out of America a little bit. But, let's be honest with you. The Americans deserve it, don't they?
It's all good. Let's talk Leicester City.
Let's take the piss out of America a bit longer. I like it.
It's like Dad's army, this.
Can we just talk about football, please?
Well, last season we wouldn't have considered that for as football, would we? Under RVN, but Wayne and Jim, you decided who's going to answer out the two of you. But that was a completely different Leicester team, wasn't it? A Leicester performance, I should say.
Technical.
Well, when you saw the midfield, I'm thinking, when me and Jim got back from the pub with my brother talking about nothing but football, by the way. When you saw the lineup, we're thinking, that's interesting that Marty's chosen this side. But as we chatted with Tom before the half time, they were kind of doing quite well.
Yeah, and I thought, like as we talked last week, it was an indication of what we may see as the season starts. And I liked it myself personally, and I think Wayne agreed. I liked it. I mean, certainly having IU up front paid dividends. It's so great to see Abdul on the right. It really is so great. Chris, what are you doing with your head? I don't get it there. What's going on?
I have been advocating AU up front.
Oh, yes.
Season.
So have I. And I love them.
Me, you, and Chris, AU supporter.
It's it. We're part of the fan club.
I have to say, Wayne, were you crying into your beer when you saw that Mongo hadn't started?
Well, I was, but it's like when we did the show about with Manny, and Manny came on with Reece. And I get where they're coming from with, we've tried all the older route and it hasn't worked out. But I wanted to get your Chris's calculator out and work out the average age of our squad. So Chelsea, youngest Premier League squad ever assembled. Sunderland promoted with the youngest squad ever. But we've got to be very careful with our brilliant young players that against the low block can really look good with the fast transition. But when you come across teams that really will physically challenge you in the Championship, I think we've got to be careful. And that's one thing I was surprised with Marty's lineup. But it's interesting. So everybody's got an opinion, but Marty chose that lineup. And I'd love to ask him why he did.
Yeah, he chose that lineup. And in answer to your question, the average age of the Leicester City squad for 2025-26 is 26.8 years.
What was Chelsea?
I've got to say, probably Ayew and Dakova Reed, take that higher than it probably should be. But the squad consists of 28 players, with 20 of them being foreign players. Squad's average market value is 8.3 million. But yeah, in answer to your question, without a calculator in sight, but Mrs. Google's been very helpful to me there. Look, Tom, we said in the first half, what a good performance. I want to pick out the one player that I still want to go.
Okay.
Soumare.
Well, could we replace him in this team, in this system? Probably. Yeah, we probably could, Chris. I don't think it'll be a disaster, but I think that's a positive thing to take out of it today. I think that even Winks, when he came on, similar to Soumare, he offered enough where I'm confident enough if we do end up with these players that they're going to be able to play a part in a positive team effort. So, yeah, I think we could afford to lose some, especially in the centre mid with people like Page there as well. Alves, McAteer might be able to drop in there if we get really desperate. So, yeah, I think I wouldn't mind if he went, but I also don't mind if he stays now either. He looks like a bit more positive, doesn't he?
No, to be honest with you, in that second half, sorry to be so blunt there,
good.
But in that second half, he was making mistake after mistake after mistake. If a player was sort of got a ball that he wasn't expecting, it was probably from Soumare. If it was a bad back pass to Hermansen, it was probably from Soumare.
Yeah, I think you need to manage him quite directly, don't you? I think you need to stay on top of him to get the best out of him all the time. And like you say, do you want to be just jumping on him all the time? Or can someone else come in and do it? Probably. But not Winks, I don't think.
I think we've got better players than him. Your two thoughts on Soumare?
Well, I was trying to wonder whether you were prompting Tom to get his cattle prod analogy out.
If anybody's watching, I would like to say that that's not a euphemism for anything that anybody's thinking about.
He's protecting himself.
It was literally cattle prod that we were talking about the other week.
Did you not think any time during this conversation, Tom, that cattle prod entered your mind?
I think Marty's got it out on the training pitch, mate. I've never seen Skip get so far forward in this game. Unbelievable. You listened to me.
Yeah.
But you see, Skip had a decent game. Soumare didn't. Did he make any of those? When you look and say, right, who made the best run of the midfield all game? It was Harry Winks.
And I think Skip did early. Early was playing a lot forward early. I didn't even realize Soumare was on the pitch until Wayne told me.
Yeah, you were probably hoping. But exactly. So, how many lives does this guy have? If he's got 9 lives, he must be up to 8 by now. He's probably only got one chance left.
I think the interesting thing about it is today we saw defined roles for the two centre mids, and it was different for the two of them finally because they've been getting confused when they've been playing Winks and Skip at times. And both of them too negative. I think Sumari was fine. I think he was solid. We kept a clean sheet ultimately. They very little got through. Yeah, he did get a bit rubbish towards the end. Perhaps that's the thing with his fitness. He's got to get better at that, get sharper. But yeah, mate, he'll do a job there at this level. That's the thing we got to look at now. He'll do a job at this level, even if we get stuck with him, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Look, this was the last friendly pre-season, and guys, Wayne and Tom, I said at the start that after this game, we draw a line.
Visible?
Oh, sorry, I thought somebody was saying something. So we draw after this game we've just played. We draw the line. We start the season, and everybody has a clean sheet. And I think we've got to be we've got to give that to everybody, including Wout Faes.
Ooh. Well,
No, in fairness, no. Look, Wayne, I know what you're saying, and you're probably thinking, yeah, Chris was at the pub at lunchtime. He had a few too many gins. But
he was listening to me.
Ciders. We know you drink ciders, okay?
Oh, I like the odd gin as well, mate. I do like the odd gin. But no, look, I just think everybody's got to be given a fair shout. Whether I like, and I've never liked the guy particularly because I think he's, as I said at the beginning of the show, I think he's a lazy bastard. But he's got to be given that fair go and crack of the whip to see what he can do.
well, he has, and this is the interesting thing. So you got like Manny like raving about Mavididi, but one thing I was surprised about Mavididi is he's 27 years old. 21-year-old Mavididi, thinking, okay, so you've not proved it you did okay in the inverted commas in the Championship. You didn't really produce it in the Premier League. Should he be getting 15 goals a season with 4 or 5 assists like Brownie, which some fans are saying he's too old to sign for our club? Yes, he should. But what's interesting is all his fans have got different opinions, but it's interesting to see what Marty decides what he needs squad-wise and first 11-wise and first 15-wise. And I think it's interesting to see how it develops. Like, what will our team be like?
Jim, let me ask you this, because we have to. I know totally where Wayne's coming from. I said this a few times today. Surely we need to stop comparing the performances from last season. Nobody came out of last season with any credit whatsoever, possibly El Canoes and possibly Solarchi. Apart from that, nobody had a good season. Now, you could argue that was down to the dickhead we had in charge. And I don't mean John Rudkin, I mean Ruud van Nistelrooy. But we've got to say, a point that Wayne said there, Mavididi didn't do it last season, but who did?
You're absolutely right. I think.
I know.
Excuse me, but that's okay. It's your show. I think comparing the seasons isn't fair across the board. We know Mads was a phenomenal keeper last year, but we know right now that Stolarczyk is really good and can keep us going forward. So if we should sell Mads, no big deal. We at least could have Stolarczyk going forward. We are back in the championship division. It's a whole nother landscape of what to expect. We've got to build a team that can compete and win in the championship division. We've got some good players that could compete. And this is what Wayne said earlier, and Tom said, we've got to make sure Marty picks the right players that could compete in this division. Simple as that. We know that Premier League is just so much different than where we are now.
Look, Gray said that he saw it as a 3-0 win to Fiorentina at the start of the show. That's why I'm not asking him for the lottery numbers. But none of us, I don't care, none of us would have predicted. I mean, there's a thing on the YouTube channel, on the Leicester City YouTube channel, Leicester win, Fiorentina win, or a draw. And I went for a draw, thinking I'll take a draw, and that was at the right at the start. But we were, I mean, that was just a different performance.
It was.
And it was against the. Oh no! We said before, they're 3 weeks off the kickoff. We're 1 week. But it was up another level, wasn't it?
I think it was a real complete performance, wasn't it? And I think actually going into it, Chris, in my mind, I thought, well, I'm expecting a defeat. But if I could see some progress from what we played last time out against FC Cologne, then that would be a great step forward, wouldn't it? But it was just every department was better, which was just completely unfathomable. I mean, the right decisions being made from what we've seen in previous preseason games. Are you taking corners? Are you winning lots of free kicks for us? Other players pushing on? Skip finally going into that space? All these little tweaks we've been calling about on this channel, mate, for months, and we finally started to see them happen, and look how effective they've been straight away. So I think it's really encouraging. I think we can afford to sell a few players still, and even if we don't buy anyone in, there's players in this team now that have proven they can walk into this team and contribute. I couldn't even get that word out, but yeah, no, amazing, really happy with it, mate, really encouraged for next week.
Jim's writing a lot of things down there. I don't know if it's about the game or it's a love letter to Wayne.
They're turning the page, aren't they, Jim?
No, we're good. So go ahead, Chris.
No, Wayne, I want you both to talk me through the goals, because obviously I did this at halftime with Tom. Wayne, talk me through Ayew's goal. I mean, I've said with these pre-seasons, we have spent more time in the opposition's half with 4 or 5 games than we did all of last season under Ruud van Nistelrooy. And that was a very lucky goal, because it came off El Canoes and just fell for Ayew. But last season, would Ayew or even Vardy have been in that position to tap that ball in?
No, they wouldn't. And I think that's... So a lot of the fans... So the fans that criticise buying older players as opposed to younger players, I get their argument. But the anomaly is Jordan Ayew. He's not Bobby D. Cordova-Reid. He is, for his age, he's very, very quick on his feet. He's very intelligent. And he was played out of position, like Perez was played out of position when he played for Leicester. He's gone on to brilliant things. And Ayew in the box, when Cannon came along, he loved to get a shot off, and Leicester fans were like, "Oh my God, we've got a striker that will get the ball, half a turn, and smack the ball and try and hit the ball between the sticks." That's Jordan Ayew, and Daka is not that. So I think Ayew is the person you want in the box if half a chance comes along, and unless you want to spend 20-30 million pounds. That is your market where you are, where we're at the minute. So, Ayew, I'm a big fan of Ayew. I think for his £5 million, he's more than paid for himself. And I get the age thing, but I rate Ayew. In what's interesting is, what does Marty think of Ayew?
Yeah.
Started him, so and it said during the commentary that it will probably be Ayew will be his go-to striker for next season. And we'll come on to Daka in a second. Jim, that second goal of Fatarou's, I mean, we used to joke about Kante, passing the ball and him being on the other end to receive it. But literally, I mean, that overhead kick, or not overhead, but the kicking over the head of the Fiorentina player, running down and then just cutting inside, which we know he loves to do, and shooting on his left foot, curled it into... I mean... Let's just give that the goal of the season now, because I don't think that's going to be bettered, is it?
I don't think I can say anything better than what you just said. Yes, we know as Leicester fans, it is so good to have him back healthy. When he got hurt, we missed him. We really did. And we know now how much we missed him, because it's so exciting to have him on the right side. It doesn't even matter who we put on the other side. I mean, it does, but it's so good to have him back. It really does. And what options does Marty have now? With who does he put in different positions? It was great. It was a great goal.
I said to Tom, I don't know if it was the start or at half time, that there was another channel on YouTube, and they were talking about, the three EFL divisions and who would go up and who would go down. And on the thumbnail it said Leicester City have the best squad in the Championship, or worse to that effect. And technically, I think we do, even without any signings, And, what I was saying, Tom, about all these players start with a clean sheet. As I said to you earlier, last time we got relegated to the Championship, who would have said Vestergaard would come out at the end of that season as our best defender? Nobody. Yeah. Nobody. No. And he did, because a new manager came in, said, I like what you're doing. All right, he was lucky that Cody got injured and so he got his chance. And as you said at half time, he sprays that ball out so good. So all these players, we don't know if we've got another Vestergaard in there.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, Chris. And that's the great thing about it. And I think the nice thing is we've made the right appointment. The right manager has come in order to put us in this position, because it was always about this group of players emphasising the positives and hiding the negatives. And we saw that today. They've started to do that finally. We're not seeing the worst of Skip. We're not seeing the worst of Soumare. We're seeing better versions of themselves. And they'll get better now with more training and more exposure to the ideas. So I think we've lucked out, actually, in a situation where we've ended up with another Enzo, which is always going to be the best chance we got of trying to get the club back up into the Premier League. So it looks really encouraging for me. And as long as we don't get a points deduction, I'm really quite confident now that I've misjudged how good we might be this year.
I agree with Chris. Well, I agree with Tom. I think with Enzo, we had hands-on. With Marty, we have real hands-on. I never felt that Ruud was hands-on. I felt that he was appointed, but he was just there. Marty has been hands-on since the day he got to training. So I really feel really excited going forward with him choosing the players that he sees in training every day.
We're going to come on to the second half, Wayne. At 60 minutes, and we'll come on to our subs before that in a second, but at 60 minutes, it was like a small boat arriving on the beach. Suddenly there's all these players coming onto the pitch.
No, Chris.
No. I'm just saying. 9 substitutions. It seemed to be
Tom's reaction to what you just
said. He doesn't have that problem where he is. He wants to live at the seaside, I'll tell you. Look, there's a lot of bigger names came on in the second half, and it is sort of, still their early days for them. Like I say, they've got 3 weeks to their kickoff, but you could see there's the freshness about them. And suddenly, at the start, when that happened from the 60th minute onward, about 15-20 minutes, we weren't really at the game. We'd kind of almost like we were a little bit sort of tired. I mean, that wouldn't happen in a normal game because they wouldn't make that many changes. But I don't think we were as bad as I first thought we were in that second half. I think it's just the fact that, yes, they brought some more experienced players on, but B, they were a hell of a lot fresher.
Yeah, I think there's going to be different players. Like you mentioned about Bobby De Cova-Reid, he came up from Jamaica. He must be hitting that training camp thinking, shit, look at how fit all these people are. The same with all the older players. And I think different people at different levels. It's like Jim said, I really, I so rate Marty for his ability to assess players, where they are in the moment and what they can contribute to the team. And if that is, I love Mongo, but if that's picking Mongo to come on,
really?
But if
I want to take a straw poll. Did anybody, either the presenters or in the chat, did anybody have the slightest idea that Wayne was a Mongo fan? I didn't. You kept that very quiet, Wayne.
Well, it's about as quiet as Tom being a fan of ice hockey. The bottom line is, if Marty decides to bring on Mongo at 60 minutes or 70, 65 minutes as an impact sub, although I love Mongo and I think he's showed the way, and a lot of the younger academy players would I bite my tongue and sit in line and accept what Marty's doing? Yes, I would.
Yep.
I think Marty is Enzo on steroids.
Yep.
In other words, he's not Enzo as in like, that is the absolute way we will play. Because basically Enzo played an inverted fullback, which was very predictable, which all the championship sides knew, and he got out of tactics. Marty Cifuentes is a lot more dynamic. He'll have Luke Thomas live pressing from the box midfield and up front. And Marty, I do think he's the best manager we've had since Brendan Rodgers.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Make a note of that. Make a note of that, everybody. It can come back and bite him on the bum. Now, I'm going to come to you, Tom. Bear with me, Jim, because I can't give this one to those two because it would just be, arse licking for the next 10 minutes. But I want to go to the first Leicester subs. McAtee coming on for Fatawu and Monga coming on for Mavididi. Fatawu and Mavididi had good games. I wouldn't say it was Monga's best game.
No, not of the ones he's played so far.
No, not that he did anything wrong. I'm not saying, all right, Wayne, calm down.
Oh, bitchy, Chris, bitchy.
No, I just don't think, when we've seen him before when he's come on, and he was playing against lesser opposition then, he looked amazing in those early season games. In this one, he looked good. And there was for me, there was that difference.
Do you think Fatawu put a bit more pressure on it, though? Because I think he had such a good performance that he raised the standard of performance again because he did some stuff that we think Monga could do with doing little tricks to himself, running onto the ball, cutting inside, scoring an amazing goal. The standard was just so good from him in the first place. I think Monga had a really good game. I think it was probably a 6 out of 10 performance. He's normally been a 7 recently, but he is a slightly different player to Fatawu as well, and obviously a bit less developed.
Well,
so
he actually,
I think he's fine.
Sorry, no, let me just say, he actually replaced Mavididi.
Sorry, my bad, yeah. But looking at the wing positions in general, I would say I think the level of performance in the flanks was just raised in general by what Fatawu did today.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
what, Chris, I'll say this. He's human. I think what we've seen the last 3 matches is subhuman. I mean, I think he's really played above it. He came in, he played good, but we have got used to seeing him playing unbelievable. So I'm not shocked with it. I love the fact that Abdul played so well, we know what we got with Jeremy Monga. We know it. So the fact that we have Mavididi, Monga, and Fatawu, we are pretty blessed going forward.
We are, but I if you're going to come on and have a game, let me maybe refer it to, like, say, Paul Gascoigne. When he was on form, he could do whatever he pleased, but he didn't produce it all the time. And I'm not sure if this is coming over right. I was just a little bit disappointed, but I don't know whether that was because we were up against better opposition. I want to see Monga do well, and I think coming on as an impact sub, he will absolutely scare, the championship defences. But on this game, I don't think he had the impact that he has had in previous games. And I say whether that's because of the opposition was a bit better here. And I kind of keep, and no different to Mavididi or even Fatawu, but these players have all, Tom, got to learn to pass the ball. When you run past 2 players, well done, we love it, carry on. But then, don't try and go past the 3rd or a 4th. Find a player to pass to.
Yeah, I think we actually looked a lot better at that today in general, Chris, already. And I think that's what Marty's going to do. I think he is going to stop players on the training pitch and go, right, in this position, you're doing this every time. They seem to know what they were doing a bit more. And I think that's a big key and big part of that. And I think they showed signs today of pressing through lines quicker and breaking through lines a lot quicker, playing those passes. McAtee comes off the bench. First minute he's on the pitch, nearly gets played in behind. We weren't doing a lot of that, And I think that's the nice thing about it. That's what encourages me. And the good thing about Monga is, if he comes off the bench as a bit part player, irrelevant of he does these sort of 6 out of 10 performances now and again, there is still 75% of the time, he's going to put a 7 or an 8 out. And that'll be the difference you need when you're 0-0 and backs to the wall or something and trying to get a goal. So I think we've got plenty of options, including Monga, who can do that, which is a real luxury for us to have, Chris, in the Championship. Real luxury.
Just remember, guys. Sorry, I'm just remember, guys, that I'm asking the questions. The questions aren't necessarily what I think, but I'm asking the questions because I know certain questions will get a rise out of certain people.
Absolutely. Your Piers Morgan.
Yes.
Yeah, Piers. To follow up.
Sometimes, Chris, you just play naughty.
Yeah.
True.
But yes, Chris, to follow up what Tom said, what Marty's doing, he's on the training field talking to the players, letting them know what they need to do. I don't see Rude doing that ever. I just see him standing there watching, letting some other coaches direct. I think Marty's out there. He's going to develop these guys and let them know what they need to do when they're on the pitch.
Got to say, and we mentioned this at half time, we actually saw Skip with a smile on his face. That's the first time since we signed him. I think I've seen him with a smile on his face. Talking of Skip, Wayne, do you remember Lampard and Gerrard when they used to play for England?
No, who are those, Chris?
Lampard played for Chelsea.
Who are those two people you mentioned?
Did you not hear me, or are you being an awkward bastard?
I'm being a complete knob, Chris.
Well, you said it, and I've always, I was always told not to argue with people. So those two
biggest dilemma in the England football team's history.
Yeah, because they always said they could not play together. Do you think that is the case with Winks and Skip? Because when they played together against Cologne, they were awful. Because I said I wanted to see them together, and they were bloody awful in that game. Skip had a good game when he was on. Winks had a good game when he came on, but obviously Winks replaced Skip. Do you think that's the case?
Probably, Chris. I think you remind me of a teenager, Chris, sometimes. You're like, love ya, hate ya, love ya, hate ya. With Winks and Skip.
I cannot have an opinion because I've got to get replies out of you, and I've got to try and get answers out of you, Wayne, which is like trying to get a straight answer out of Keir Starmer.
Yeah,
in fact, getting an answer out of Keir Starmer would probably be easier.
That's true, Chris. That's a fair point. But here's the interesting thing, like Tom said about and Jim said about Marte. We've got all these different puzzle pieces, and he's trying to fit them all together, and he's trying to picture how this team would play in the Championship. Monga, brilliance. Skip, criticised, Samari, and he's fitting them all together. So his selection was interesting today. I didn't think he would select the side that he did.
Let me come back to the question that I asked and didn't get an answer for. Skip and Winks. I know. I'm going to do like they do on the telly. I'm going to get some number boards to put up how many times I have to ask the question.
You went full Anne Robinson then, Chris.
Can Winks and Skip not play together, do you think?
I don't think they can. And I don't think it's the future, but and I don't think Marty believes they can. But I still, although he said this week that he believes he's getting to the place where he thinks he knows the starting 11 for his team or starting 15, I still think with his short length of time he's had here pre-season, I still think he's working it out. And Cone and Fiorentina, the two quality sides. So the first three friendlies, quite poor opposition, League One, League Two. These are two more serious teams. So what's encouraging is that I spoke to a couple of friends and they said it's got 0-0 written all over it. But we scored 2 goals, and were we really troubled by Fiorentina?
Sorry, Wayne, you've got a couple of friends.
Well, it cost me about £10,000 per friend, but I have.
It was you that I saw down on Pool Beach meeting that boat, wasn't it?
Are they inflatable?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, inviting them. Come stay with me, Jim.
Chris, let me follow up on the question to Wayne. If there's anybody on this podcast that can comment on midfield, it's Wayne. I know Tom could tell us about goalkeepers. I don't know what the hell I can tell us about, but Wayne knows midfield.
Nor do I, mate.
Yeah. So Wayne knows. I watched him play this morning. Went out this morning and watched him play in an adult league, and the man can play. He ruled the midfield. But what I really took away was communication. Okay? He communicated to the players on the pitch on his team the whole time. And to me, I know it sounds really mundane. I want to see a midfielder that can communicate. I want to let him communicate to his players. And that's it.
Carry on. Sorry.
No, that's it. And
well, I hear what you're saying, and there's only one thing I can say back to you.
Did I ask you? I saw it come in. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry here. You know, I mean, you virtually sat on each other's knees. I mean, I'm getting worried about you two now.
Just
Tom,
wait. It's
you're
pool.
in the car for 3 hours.
2 weeks. 2 weeks we're in pool. Just remember that.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about. I have to say, 2 weeks I'm not in pool. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I going back to the point, which was, Winks and Skip, they both played well today, but I don't think they can play well necessarily together, which I was hoping they could do, but they can't. So I think it's either Winks +1, Skip +1, as long as that other one isn't Sumari. Daka came on for AU, Jim.
You know, that was just I think that was just a customary deal. I mean, they know Daka is going to be the backup striker. I think today told us for sure IU is the starting striker. And I think Daka coming in didn't bother me at all. I know he's number 2. And I know I'm part of the IU fan club, but I think he's the best person to have in that position. And if Daka come in and can come in with a lot of energy, if either IU gets tired or Marty sees the need to substitute, I'm okay with that. But as long as IU's starting, I'm good.
Ray's just said Daka is a train wreck. Well, he certainly came off the rails today, didn't he? I mean, I'm here all night, everybody. He had that one where the ball was played through to him. It hit him, and it just came off him. And then him and McAteer kind of got in each other's way. Look, as of next Sunday, everybody starts with that clean slate, with that line, and we'll see where we go. 2 players that I don't think will be with us, or I hope they will not be with us, is Daka and Sumari. But what's your name, Tom? Yeah, Tom. I couldn't think then. It was I was still trying to work out Wayne's last answer.
I still got 2 brain cells banging against each other. Yeah.
I can see when you and Tom meet, Chris, there'll be some happy slapping going on.
Don't get jealous. We will...
says the two in their bedroom right now on webcam together.
Yes. Yeah. By the way, if anybody wants Wayne and Jim's OnlyFans, message me direct and I will give you the details.
Basically, you can see us cuddling on Tom's broken chair.
Right, Tom. FaZe came on for Vestergaard. Nelson came on for Chowdhury. And Okoli was moved to right back. Couple of problems I have with this. And one of them actually isn't FaZe. Because when he came on, he didn't really do anything wrong. But when he came on, he just really didn't do anything. and I never saw him actually make a difference to the game. And I say that, no, I'm being honest here. I say that because when Nelson was on at the same time, he was literally up there heading the balls and getting tackles in. And I'm looking at that thinking, why have we brought Faze on? Nelson is a future captain. He's had the captain's armband. Give me your take on Faze coming on for Vestergaard and Nelson coming on for Chowdhury.
Well, it was fine, Chris. I mean, I get what you're saying, but they're both playing two slightly different roles as well. I mean, Vestergaard was kind of being more static or coming to meet the ball in the air, and then Cody was being more mobile.
They've gone off for a little kiss and cuddle.
This is the premium content you don't see on this part of the site, guys. You got to pay for it.
Yes, you have to block it. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but no, I think FaZe came in and took the Vestergaard role over. So I don't think he was actually intending to do what you're thinking he's doing. I think Nelson was intended to come more further forward. And yeah, Cody at right back. It was just a quick thing until they moved it around again with Koulibaly, didn't they? Or Aluko, sorry, came on. So I think, Chris, it was fine. Ultimately, we were 2-0 up. We didn't concede any goals. We looked comfortable in possession. It's going to be a part of game management this season. And the thing is, we've got players we talk about with FaZe and Daka. We don't particularly like them or rate them. But the reality is, playing this system and this style, Chris, we're going to be able to utilise them to some degree, even if they aren't the best players in the world. This brings the best out of them. So it's a best-case scenario.
Oh, I'm not going to ask where Wayne has gone. But if I see a little bit of hair at the bottom, we'll know what he's doing.
It's like Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky.
Watering the plants. Hey, we learned that from you, Chris. Watering the plants.
Yeah, no, we do. I'm sorry. If I had a prize for comment of the day, Tom's just won it. He certainly has.
All right, Tom. We'll remember that.
Appreciate it, boys. Appreciate
it. Tom, Jay, oh God Almighty, Jim. I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Monica now.
Oh, that's bad. First,
you know what? The problem with Monica is though. You know, Monica can only count up to 68.
Oh,
69 is such a mouthful. Anyway.
God.
Let's just move on. So I was just saying then. So look, we move a Coley to right back when FaZe and Nelson come on. What the fuck does Koulibaly, Jim, have to do to get some game time under any fucking manager that we have in charge?
You know, Chris, I completely agree with you. I think that's a talent that's been undiscovered. I think either he must look really poorly in training. Why doesn't he get an opportunity on the pitch? I don't know. I really don't know, because he should get out there. I don't know.
I just don't get it. Do you know what I mean? If you wanted to see a Luca, he could have put him on the left and given Thomas a break. Interestingly, Page came on for Canoes, and like I say, Aluko for a Coley. But why not put Aluko on the left? I don't understand what Koulibaly's done. 3 players, mate. Welcome back. You feel lighter now? Did you draw your line? Because I'm sure you do have probably got a pissing competition. How high you can get it on the wall?
This is going to happen one way or another. You know that.
Chris, change the subject, please.
Change the subject, Chris.
No, I don't know. Look, at least we know where you were, not where we thought you were. Put it that way. Wayne,
it's a football podcast, Chris.
Well, let's go.
It's a football podcast, please.
No, it's
not.
Got
a very Anchorman pool party, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
With this channel,
Chris. All I want to say is you brought us together, okay? All of us.
Excuse me. I'm not Match.com. I didn't bring you two together. You both came onto the channel. The fact that you formed this love relationship, and you're in his bedroom there and everything. I'm sorry, that's nothing to do with me.
Hey, that's all right. Just wait till pool.
You keep saying that. I love the fact that he thinks I'm going to be here.
Oh, you will.
But Wayne, let me ask you this. Last but one question. Mads, Sumare, Thomas. They were the only three players that played all 90 minutes. Mads didn't really have much to do, in fairness. He did have a bit of a few bad passes from Sumare that he had to come out for. Thomas did very well. I thought he had a decent game. Sumare, if he was on for 90 minutes, I'm kind of looking at that and thinking, his last chance.
Yeah, it is. And like Marty has said, the squad is too big. Basically, he said the squad is too big, got too many players. With the size of the squad, we've not got proper competition, which you need in a squad. So I think he's explained it to the players. And whether it's Sumare, every game he plays, he cements the fact that he's not even championship quality, let alone Premier League. Mads, yeah, he is. I think a lot less fans, we thought he would move on to West Ham and let Stellacic play. And Luke Thomas, interestingly, when you see an analysis of that last match against Cone, Thomas was sometimes attacking from the mid block and the high block. So the complete fluid sort of rotational stuff. So I do think Cifuentes likes Thomas. I think he likes Thomas as a squad player. I think he likes Luke Thomas as in.
Although Christian was injured today, in fairness, so he couldn't.
Yeah, but I think he has a future in this squad. I really do.
I'd agree. Yeah. Now let me just say, I've got my red teacher's pen out here, so be careful what you say now. Right. Jim, before we get to man of the match, and I'll give you a warning that's what we're going to come to. Jim, have you got 3 things you learnt today? I dread to think what they might be.
I do.
I thought you do. Yes.
All right. So, first of all, number 1, I thought it was, as you said earlier, a complete performance by the team. I really was impressed across the board with the squad that Marty put out there first, the substitutes who had a chance to show, but ultimately a complete performance by the team. Secondly, number 2, it was great to have Fatima back. I really thought having Fatima back was huge, and it's going to continue to be huge because teams are going to have to defend him. They're going to have to game plan for him. And what he does is going to continue to be good for us. And thirdly, this is more of a Chris deal. I hate to do it, but Chris.
I've been expecting it. I thought that might be the first one.
But Chris, LTID and what you've done, think about it. You have made this world a smaller place, okay? Because before a year and a half ago, I didn't even know that you existed, let alone this guy, let alone my buddy Tom. And by all this, in one trip to England, I will have spent visiting with Wayne, with you, and Tom. And to underestimate Leicester fans and to underestimate the fact that we make a difference across not only Leicester fans within England, but the world. So thank you for doing that. And I appreciate it. And the next time you make a comment about me and Wayne in the bedroom, I'll kick your ass. Just thought I'd Thank you, Chris. And I'll see you in pool.
Fair point. No, thank you for your kind words. And I love the fact that you're over here and we're all going to meet you and what have you. And it's a great thing that football's the sort of thing that does that. Let me just bit of look along.
That's what he said. All right,
that's a bit cool, that, isn't it? He's so cool. Right, man of the match. I've got it down to 2, and I'm struggling to choose between 2. So I'm going to see what you guys do first. Or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Oh, me to go first this time.
You always wait.
We will probably not surprise you to say that it's not, it's not Samari.
Shock horror.
Yeah, exactly. Two players I thought played really, really well, and funny enough, they're both defenders. Chowdhury, I thought he put in a real captain's performance when he was on the pitch, and like I said to Tom, at the end of that first half, he went down hoping to get the foul, didn't get it. Fiorentina was still attacking. He got up and he ran back into his. I would never have seen Samari run that fast. I think even if he needed a toilet and was shitting himself, he would not run that fast. Fair play to Chowdhury. Nothing really got past him. Really, really. And the other one that I can't decide between him and Akoli. I thought Akoli had a really good game as well. His head was on the end of most things. Ray, you see, great minds. I'm struggling between the two. I'm going to have to, I think, really. I'm going to have to give a joint man of the match, I think. Tom,
Is
it's
that
my channel. My channel.
Chris, no.
You've never done that.
No, you wouldn't let us do that.
No, I don't care. I don't care. Right, carry on, Tom.
Well, I'll go for Fatu then, because I think Fatu had a really good performance up top. But I must be honest, Akoli was definitely on my list, as was Hamza. And also Ayu as well, I thought had a really good go of it as well. Those four for me were the best. So I'll go with Fatu to be different, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say how good it is that we've actually struggling to just come up with one name. When was the last time we had that?
Yeah, sorry, Chris. Especially you. You're really especially struggling to come up with one name.
No kidding. Woo!
I walked into that, Wayne, didn't I?
Sorry, I'm still unclear as to what actual name you picked, Chris.
I picked Chowdhury and Akoli as a joint man of the match.
Right. Okay. So, what's the definition of choosing man of the match?
Yeah, really.
Man of the match.
You obviously didn't hear me properly. I said men of the match.
Well, two man of the match would be TMOM.
Yeah.
Two men in the match.
Chris, come on, clarify.
No, I'm leaving it at that. Yeah. I'm leaving it at that. It's the joy of it being my channel. I'm going to take my ball home and nobody's going to play with it. Say that. Wayne.
Akoli. You know, I think every pre-season and season throws up really surprising things. And we thought Akoli was possibly brilliant. And he's just had a really good game. Really good game. And as a manager, you think, like you said, we're not dealing with the shittest player. We're struggling to appreciate the best player. Yeah. What a great position for Martin to be in.
Yeah. And there is the shock horror statement, and I'll come back to that at the end when I leave you. My closing statement. We've gone for Akoli. Jim?
Well, I think I would go for the man of the match. Ayu, Chowdhury, Fatamu, El Kanous, Akoli, Skip, and Mads. They would be the co-men of the match, because I just realized that there's a new criteria on this channel, because before it used to be man of the match. So it's now men of the match. So I think each one of those players warrant men of the match. Because
can I just say, bloody typical Americans.
Oh,
they take that long to make a decision. By the time they come, everything. I mean, look, remember the wars. I mean, yeah, we were at it for 2 years before they bothered to turn up. And when they did, it was almost over.
Chris, don't go there. Because if it wasn't for us, you'd be speaking German right now. End of conversation.
Oh. Well, I mean, all I can say is, that we couldn't wait to get rid of you. We tried to burn your White House down.
Chris, I'll love you. I'll see you in pool.
Or we can have a duel. You can have a Mexican shoot-off, lads, where you walk away to the faces and just shoot each other.
I'll bring the sword.
Hope you put your cowboy hat, Jim.
You see, the funny thing was, I was going to then say, well, I am going to make a decision now, but I'm not now. Give me one name, come on, and I'll give you it.
Jordan Ayew, because he has distinguished himself as our striker, and his experience, I think, will do us good down the line.
I'm going to go then. I am going to go down on the side of Chowdhury because he was my man of the match at half time, and he was also captain, which carries its own pressure. I thought Okoli had a fantastic game. There's so many. It was easy to say who didn't than who did, and that's a pleasure to be able to say that because how often, like I say, we struggled, didn't we? We struggled to find men of the match or a man of the match last season. So I'm really, really pleased. Let me just tell you what is coming up tonight at 9 o'clock. And guys, if you want to come on, send me a message. I'll send you the link. Reese, I'm not sure about Clipper. Reese is joining me. They were at the match, so they're going to actually give us a review. And then tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we've got Wayne's favourite subject, Ruud van Nistelrooy. You say that, he's got a signed book by him. Have you seen it, Tom?
I've heard about the mysterious book. Yeah, I've heard about it, Chris.
I'm hoping that, Jim might be able to read a couple of paragraphs for us soon when he comes over. But look, Ruud van Nistelrooy, the man who nearly ruined the Foxes. Did he?
And the title of his book, the subtitle of his book is like World-Class Striker to Visionary Coach.
Yes. The only problem is he should have gone to Specsavers. guys, thank you very, very much. Thank you to everybody that's been in the chat. Please smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and do all the other stuff as well. And I'm going to leave you with on Top Gear, they always leave you with a bombshell. Well, this week's bombshell is the fact that Wayne didn't go for Mongo as his man of the match. Guys, thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Take care. Good night.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Stay on. It's the best time.